Hello! Welcome. Oh, thank you. Wow, it's so great to see you guys here. There's so many.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Okay, my name is Blair. I am one of the owners of Two All-Nighters alongside my husband Dave. Today with me I've got Jess.
Heyo.
Uh,
How's it going?
you want to introduce yourself?
Um, yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Jess. I did a lot of art for this game. Yeah, and we basically had a month to do as much as we could for this game, and everyone worked super hard on it. Sacrificed many nights, especially in the last set of nights, but yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed this project.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it's not finished at all, and we've got a lot of work to do still. But we've got a somewhat clean demo that we're happy with, I think. I did the coding and a good chunk of the writing for this. And we've been meaning to, share this with you guys sooner because, holy shit, this is... I'm very proud of it, at the very least. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, absolutely. No, yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we made this for a game jam. It was Spooktober Jam.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Jess said, we had 1 month to make this whole thing. We had much bigger ideas, but yeah, not feasible for a month. For sure.
We bit off more than we could chew. We initially had like a 3-act game and plan and all these like ideas, and sadly a lot of it was cut out due to time, because a month is really not that long when you're working on something like this,
For
which we
sure.
found out the hard way.
Yeah, and then like we all had like a week off at one point during the month, which is
Oh, I took the entire October off.
I meant during September. We all went away for like a week at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not good timing.
Life is life.
But
Life is life.
yeah, we ball.
Yeah, so this game, or our demo, came, it was 41st out of 268, which
is really impressive.
Immensely proud of it.
Yeah.
Let me go on Do Not Disturb on Discord. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so today we're gonna play through this and show everyone what will happen. I have a credits video that's in the works, which I might try and show off at the end. If not, I will manually read through the credits myself, because we had a very big team in the end, especially voice actors wise. We had so many VAs join us. And it was a freaking blast. So, shall we get into this game?
Yep, let's hop right in.
Let's hop right in. Should we start yapping about some of the, like, the base, or should I just read the narration? What do you think?
Yeah, we wouldn't have to read it out.
Okay. And if we, like, feel like, oh, there's something missing, A, we take a note, and B, we can explain it.
This sounds good.
Alright. The cold air of autumn bites at your nostrils as you approach the gates of Eternus Estate. A chilling breeze flows through your skin, multicolored leaves dancing as they pass. With a very slight shiver, you mentally praise yourself for dressing warmly tonight. It would appear that this evening would be quite frigid, even with the sun having barely set over the skyline. Halloween was only 1 night away, and this year you decided to attend the biggest festival of the town. Not wishing to be overwhelmed by the many crowds that would surely attend tomorrow's festivities, going tonight was the finest option. This would be your first time visiting the renowned Eternus Halloween Festival you've heard so much about. You could hardly contain your own excitement as you walked through the gravel forest path towards your destination. The property was surrounded by a tall, ornate metal fence. Multiple streetlights decorate the path, illuminating the entrance. Further in, the faint and welcoming radiance of the fairgrounds could be seen. Contrasting against the menacing tower that loomed before them, reaching high into the dimming sky above. An odd and ominous green glow emitted from it, so daring it made you uncertain if it were mere decoration. Remember that. Were your eyes playing tricks on you? You glance at the proud clock, taking note of the time. You realize you're a little earlier than planned to meet with your friends. No matter, you could simply wait by the gate for them to arrive. Deciding that this was the best course of action, you fully made your way towards the entranceway of the estate. And once there, you take notice how the gravel pathway continues a bit further along to the clock tower and then splits off into two directions. If you had to guess, it looked like it probably surrounded the tower completely. With your gaze on the clock, my god, you start to consider your options for the future, when you notice a slender figure pacing towards you. He was quicker than you anticipated, as you had only blinked for a moment, then he was suddenly right before you. Taken slightly aback, you look over the figure with an eyebrow raised. He was a bit on the taller side, looking to be around 6'4". We said a bit on the taller side, and he's 6'4".
Just a little.
He's a little bit on the taller. He's a little tall.
Just a little.
His body was thin, with not that much muscle on it. And the raven hair he bore was slightly unkempt, with bangs covering his left eye completely from view. His other eye was a beautiful purple hue, reminiscent of an amethyst. The man gave you a wild and welcoming smile, yet it almost felt as though it was slightly forced.
Greetings! Welcome to Eternos Estate.
A boy. Boy, that was loud. Sorry. I'm just trying to make sure. Is the audio okay for everyone?
I definitely heard it.
Yeah. Well, if you guys are struggling to hear it, just let me know. I think we'll be okay otherwise. So we've got partial voice acting even. I should have brought a credits list up and just said like who he's voiced by, but we'll go through this at the end. I know it's Evan. I can't remember his full name though. Are we gonna read the lines that aren't voiced?
I don't see why not.
Would you like to voice this mysterious lad then?
Yeah, right, but I apologize in advance because I'm not a voice actor.
No, it's fine.
In the slightest regard. And I also can't read.
Oh my god.
I don't believe I've seen you around here before.
The man gently bows towards you in greeting, his actions and speech formal yet friendly.
My apologies.
I apologize for disturbing you, but I couldn't help but see you standing here by yourself. If I may, what is your name?
So this is where you can choose your own name. Our default for the main character or player character is Cosmo, which we thought was a great kind of neutral name and, you know, kind of wacky and quirky, and we love them.
Yeah.
Should we stick with Cosmo, gang, or should we go with something else?
Yeah, I don't see why not. We'll stick with Cosmo.
Cosmo it is. My name is Liz. My name is Cosmo.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Cosmo. My name is Sirius.
His smile grew just a little, and he gave you a look once over again. But soon after, his grin seems to falter, his expression growing a tad awkward.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I know this must sound rather odd to ask, but could I have your pronouns, please? I'm afraid my old eyes aren't the best, and I do not wish to offend.
Please select your pronouns. Yeah, so we included 3 different pronouns that you can choose from here. I'm hoping to, at a later date, put in that you can write your custom ones if you want.
Yeah,
the coding is a bit wacky, so I couldn't do it for the demo.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So Cosmo, I believe, is a they them, like as a default MC.
Yeah.
So we go with they thems.
Thank you. It's so very nice to make your acquaintance, my friend.
I also want to point out, and I'm gonna say this every time I see this line, that originally I wrote instead of my friend Comrade, and Emmy, one of the other writers, was not having it, which is fair enough. But I was like, yes, Comrade, it's very nice. Oh, it was actual trash. Anyway, he smiles once again, tilting his head very slightly to the left side, his bangs somewhat shifting as he does.
So, I'm going to take a wild guess and say this is your first time attending. Am I right?
Now we have options. As a Z-Zim, I find this game unplayable. Tragic. Like I said, at
Should
one
we
point
discuss
I'll
the
be...
point system?
Sorry?
Should we discuss the point system?
Yeah, we can do as well. Oh, it's Eden? You know what? I take back what I said. Cope. Yeah, so we want to implement a point system into the game. It's currently not in here, just because this is a demo, yeah. I already know how I'm gonna implement it, it's just actually doing it, I just didn't have time to code it. So, towards the end of the game, or the end of the demo, you're gonna be told what characters liked you, or like who had a good impression of you. And that will be able to then influence basically what you can do for the rest of the game. So basically, yeah, it's just like ability points in a way. Depending on what you choose, there's a plus and there are negatives depending on what you choose as well. So very much choices have consequences. We love those kinds of games.
Yeah.
Make us suffer, please. So yeah, we got Emmy was very adamant on putting lots of options, and at first I was a bit hesitant, but I see that they were like bang on to the point, to be honest, because I love being able to wield your own story, and if you have a game that's only giving you like 1 or 2, maybe even 3 kind of options, you're gonna get through everything very quickly. And
yeah,
even if it does limit in what the kind of responses can be, to avoid things getting too complicated on like coding and writing wise, I think that being able to shift what you say even in a little kind of, even in like the smallest kind of way, I think that really affects how a player can see a game. If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. It impacts a lot.
Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like I'm going to be referencing Baldur's Gate 3 a lot when we talk about this. But, you know, a lot of the things
I mean, it is a
like,
big inspiration.
Absolutely. Like, a lot of the team are obsessed with it. Not us, though, because that'd be weird.
Don't look at ours.
Oh god, don't look at my achievement record. God. Yeah, so what do we do? Commie rights, I love you, Jay. You're the best. What do we do here? So we got, yeah, it's my first time here when I was much younger. Is it really that obvious? Shyly nod your head. Flirt with him. Why are you asking? And that is none of your business.
You know what? It's a dating sim, so you might as well flirt with him.
We're going straight in for it?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yes, but if you're here, then I think I'll definitely have to come here more often.
Woo!
I want to pass away. Your words visibly catch Sirius off guard. His face slowly turns a bright red hue, the man sputtering in shock. He loudly clears his throat, pulling the collar of his shirt away from his neck.
Yes, I look forward to seeing you in the years to come in that case.
Then the Slender Man, haha, claps his hands together in realization.
How about I tell you some of the history of this fine estate? Sure. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, we gotta let him yap. He
He is a
beams
yapper.
he is such a yapper. He beams widely, seemingly eager to recite the scripts he must have memorized for this job. Have fun.
The Eternus estate belonged to the Eternus family for generations. In fact, it's believed that the Eternus clan were the original owners of this land, though it's not confirmed. However, their names have been traced back as far as a millennium, meaning the buildings, festivals, and deep-rooted history would have all been a part of the Eternus blood.
He seems to be really enjoying himself. You let him continue, not like you could get a word in to stop him anyways. Several small groups walk past you as he refuses to stop his rampant about the estate's history. Some giving you looks of sympathy, recognizing you're in a situation you're unable to excuse yourself from. Oh, I feel like we're missing a line here. When will they come and save you?
Still, it is truly a wonder how my miserable old family managed to keep so many staff around. I couldn't get farther away from them myself.
He then thought aloud, a hand on his hip. His words made you pause. At first, you wondered why he was mentioning his own family, out of completely nowhere. However, after thinking about what he just said, you realized that if his family kept staff here, wouldn't that mean... Hey, sorry to interrupt, but did you just say your family?
Yes, I did, but between you and me...
He says, leaning towards you slightly with a wink.
I'm glad my father left this state to me. Might just be the only good
Might
decision
be.
he's ever made.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize he said the whole line.
He
sorry.
says the whole line. Hold on, let me, turn the music down a bit, and then turn the game up a bit on the stream, because, I don't know, the voice acting seems quiet to me, which I will have to...
Yeah, it seems a little quiet to me as well.
Is it sound volume? I don't remember how I made this.
I'm glad my father left this state to me. Might just be the only good decision he's ever made.
Close enough, we'll take it.
Yeah, that's good now.
He finishes with a chuckle as he straightens his posture again, and then looks at you to reply. You raise your eyebrows, trying to piece the puzzle together at lightning speed. Wait. This estate? The one the festival is on?
Yep, this very one.
Sirius had a very proud smile on his face as he confirmed your suspicions. So, does that mean you're the landlord? His face falters for a moment. He doesn't seem to like that word.
Sure, I guess you could call me a bloodsucker. That's my favourite line.
That is also my favourite line. With a look of realization, he gives you a sheepish smile, that's a hard word, rubbing the back of his neck.
Oh, I am so sorry. This entire time, I thought I already introduced myself. Looks like my mind is slipping away from me in my old age. Forgive my rudeness.
He mimes removing his hat and then bows dramatically.
Sirius Eternus, Bloodsucker and Festival host, at your service.
That's also my favourite line. He finishes with a wide grin and a flirtatious wink. You stand frozen in front of him. your mouth slightly agape as you realize you may have just been rude to the host of the festival. A couple passerby could be heard making comments on his grand introduction, but he stays in place, still bowing dramatically. You feel your cheeks warm ever so slightly. What do you even do in this situation? You've already introduced yourself. Are you supposed to do it again? He shakes his head with a soft chuckle as he returns to his original stance.
So, are you attending alone? Or do you have someone with you? Or do you have someone with you? Okay.
It's close enough, it's fine. For a moment, you couldn't tell if he was trying to hit on you or if he was just asking to be nice. However, before you could even respond to his question, you hear your ringtone go off in your coat pocket. Pulling your phone from the warm embrace of your coat, you see a text from your friends in your group chat. Okay. Glad to see you guys still going. Yeah, I mean, not much else I'm gonna do. Should we just take it in turns on who we read and then see what happens? Or I voice... Hang on, no, I voice Abby, you voice Emmy, and then we'll just voice each other. Or voice ourselves even.
Alright, yep, sounds good.
I'm sorry, I have to bail. I totally forgot it's virtual game night with my long distance friends, and I can't leave them hanging for a second week in a row.
I have a fever, so I'm stuck in bed. I guess I'll have to make do with some fanfiction and attend my games. Bummer. Have fun though. Send me pics of any hot monster costumes.
It's karaoke night with my chemo group. Sorry, I totally forgot. Let's go next time, okay? Have fun.
Sorry, my dog Cheddar ate something he shouldn't.
Again?
Again. I'll have to keep an eye on him tonight. I'm so sorry.
Well, guess you aren't gonna be with your friends after all. Alright, more choices. Let's make choices and decisions and stick with them.
I made the last choice, so you do this one.
Sure. I was supposed to, but they just cancelled. Not anymore. Sigh in disappointment. I guess not anymore, oh well. Or be annoyed. Sorry, the not anymore is supposed to be flirt. I remember I have a favourite one for this. I don't know if I should be biased.
Now play your favourite one.
Okay. My favourite one's a sigh in disappointment. No, I'm alone. My friends just cancelled. I came all this way for nothing now. Sirius frowns for a moment upon hearing you speak this way. He then puts on a gentle smile, his softened voice grabbing your attention.
Hey now, don't think like that. Sure, the night may not have started the way... Sure, the night may not have started how you expected, but there's still quite a bit of time. Who knows? Maybe you'll end up having your own fun adventure here. Don't get so down so soon from one small hurdle.
Paths. Smile and thank him.
Yep.
Thank you, Sirius. I feel a bit better now.
Don't thank me at all. Keep your chin up. You look so much better with that smile on your face.
He smiles right back at you, giving a playful wink that makes you blush slightly. Sirius then clears his throat, a polite smile returning to his lips.
Now, as much as I would love to continue chatting with you, I really must take my leave. I have quite a bit of work I need to get to. However, I am certain the two of us will meet soon again.
Have a pleasant evening.
A babe.
Please enjoy yourself here. Please enjoy yourself here at the festival. Have a pleasant evening.
He gives a graceful bow farewell before heading off towards the distant fairgrounds, leaving you at the estate entrance. With only yourself for company, you weigh on the options before you. You could leave and go back home, return to your comfortable room, and spend the evening however you wish. Or you could stay and see what the Eternus Halloween Festival has in store for you. You may not have your friends, but who knows? Maybe you'll end up having more fun without them. You think carefully about which option you wish to pick, and in the end, you decide...
To go home.
I mean... Oh, look at all this!
Look at all these saves.
All these work in progress saves. Oh my god, do you remember when the game looked like that?
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. Alright. We're going home.
See ya.
You choose to just cut your losses and head home for the night. There's always next year, and the idea of your cozy warm bed is too hard to resist. With one final look towards the estate's grounds, you turn your back and head back down the trail. For real. You enter your car and drive back home, spending a quiet and relaxing evening in your house as you pleased. When you finally tuck yourself into bed, your mind wanders to what would have happened if you had decided to stay at the festival. Your eyes slowly shut, drifting off to sleep, never knowing what you may have missed out on. And then you lose.
Boring night home. And that's the game. Thanks for coming along.
Bye! Let me bring the music up a bit again. I wonder if I've just... Hold up. Yeah, it's at 100. Maybe I just need to turn up my headphones. Alright. Why should you go home just because your friends cancelled? You came all this way out here, so why not stay and enjoy yourself to your heart's content? It would be a hell of a lot more fun than just spending the evening in your room. Well, with your mind made up, you cannot help but smile, your gaze facing towards the estate grounds. A chilly breeze flows through the air, a bright orange leaf dancing past you into the sky above. As you watch it fly away, you feel hopeful for what the night may have in store. This is the end of the prologue. We recommend saving here. No. I don't think I will. Okay. Now that you had been left alone, all that was left was to actually enter the estate grounds. Standing around at the gate the entire night wouldn't exactly be fun, unless for some reason that idea sounds entertaining to you. But the narrator decided that wasn't fun, so you waltz into the Eternus estate. That's also a line I think I need to fix. As you walk, you cannot help thinking about how you would be alone tonight. You'd been really excited to spend some time with your friends, especially as it was becoming harder and harder to get together as you all grew older. This was supposed to be your chance for the entire group to relax after the troubles of life. Yet, it seemed like life had a way of throwing a wrench into your plans. For a moment, you felt anxious. Did they really cancel because of the issues, or did they just not want to spend time with you anymore? Such a thought made you feel a bit depressed, so you did your best to shake it from your mind. You were determined to not allow your anxiety to take over tonight. Choose your own adventure, a phrase you recall your mother saying to you in the past. It was a reference to those old books of the same name, something you remember from when you were a child. She would always tell you that phrase whenever things fell out of your control or if you felt angry. That no matter what happened in life, it was up to you to choose how you handled the situation and the results that occur from your decisions. You close your eyes for a moment, taking a deep breath and mentally counting in your head to 10. Releasing that breath, you feel your worries fade slowly, moving to the back of your mind. Rather than think about what you couldn't control, it might be better to think about what the festival might be like. Options. I'm gonna, before we continue,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna yeet a link into the studio chat. On the off chance that there is someone around who would like to hop in chat and say hello. Typing noises. Yeah, that's very it's very cheddar-like.
He always be in.
Can you imagine if we all just like all of our excuses to not showing up was that our pet threw up? Sorry, Betamax threw up.
Wouldn't be wrong.
Sorry, Dorian threw up.
Sorry, Cheddar threw up.
God, okay. So what are we excited about seeing potentially in the Halloween festival? We got nothing in particular. We got haunted house, pumpkin patch, an axe murderer on the loose, potential spicy fling, and potential eldritch monster taking over the festival.
Ooh, such good options.
They are good options, and I believe you can choose more than one apart from the nothing one. So, should we be excited about everything?
I guess so. Yeah.
Dorian paws you awake in the middle of the night like, "Parent, I threw up." It happens. He's currently sitting on the corner of my bed just kind of watching.
He's biding his time.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Sad? Welcome to the stream. I was gonna say, wow, it's a bit early for you, but it's not. It's actually a perfect time to wake up. Good morning. Yeah, guys, in chat is Sad, the amazing genius composer for the music for this game. Beautiful stuff. Oh, here's Dorian. Hello, Dorian. You wanna watch the game, Dorian? Oh, he doesn't. He clicked the skip button.
Oh. Dorian is our number one hater.
He wants it to be over. Alright. Let's be excited about everything.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a haunted house. Those are always fun, especially if a lot of work was put into the acting. And Dorian, don't jump on the fridge. And the decorations.
We're professionals.
Maybe there would be a pumpkin patch. What Halloween festival is it if there isn't a pumpkin patch? Maybe there would be an axe murderer on the loose. Okay, probably not, but it's fun to imagine. Why is your cat named Dorian? So when he was a kitten, he and his sibling had a little pen that we would, keep them in to keep them safe, and so we didn't accidentally step on them. And Dorian would like to escape. So we initially called him Dory because we thought he was a girl. Because we were like, haha, escape! Finding Nemo reference. And that's literally it. And then we found out he was a boy, and I was like, right, Dorian. And
What a nod.
And 13 years later, here he is, trying to jump on my fridge.
We love you, Dorian.
2 all-nighters? No, Dorian fan club. Dorian Tan Club! I'm a genius. Alright. Moving on. Then again, you wouldn't like to be living in a horror movie, so hopefully there won't be an axe murderer. Maybe an eldritch monster will take over the festival. Everyone will be trapped inside the estate with no hopes of escaping. Oh, maybe he does like the game. No, Dorian. My god, okay. Let's move the game here. Okay, and it will be up to you to save the day with some hidden secret powers you have deep inside you. Okay, now that just sounds like a poorly written fanfiction. Just gonna ignore that and keep that idea in your head for you to write down later. Maybe you could have a spicy fling. There might be some cute people here that are single. It would be nice to have something to think about besides your crippling depression and loneliness. Crippling loneliness and depression. Excuse me. You just have regular depression. You have normal depression in this game. Seasonal even. And that's it. Breaking from your own thoughts, you finally begin to notice that everyone at the festival is dressed up. Everyone except you, that is. Honestly, you stick out like a sore thumb, especially when you can see all these other guests have such elaborate costumes. Dorian, please. No jumping on the fridge. Some of them have fake tails and ears that actually move. Like, Dorian, you're gonna have a fake tail and ears if you keep trying to jump on— No, I would never. He is much— Stop trying to jump! Why are you trying to jump on the wall, brother? There's nothing there! It's a wall! Why are you staring at the wall? Come on! What is wrong with you? Sit there.
He's really the star of the stream.
Yeah. He really said, oh, we are so back.
Welcome back, guys. Dorian time.
I've put him in my lap and he is settled for now. Anyway.
For now.
And did you just see a person with a robotic snake body? This is insane! You had no idea this many people were so dedicated. Was there some kind of costume contest happening tonight? Bros at Comic-Con. You couldn't remember anything like that being mentioned by your friends, but maybe you just forgot? Still, it was really surprising to see so many people dressed up like this, especially since they all looked to be adults, just like you. You couldn't see a kid in sight. Maybe tonight was just for adults? That would make sense, a single night for the adults to have their own Halloween fun without any kids. You continue your short walk, eventually standing before the proud clock tower that you had seen at the gate. And you had been correct, the path circled around the tower completely. However, that thought could barely fester as you took in the menacing green glow leaking from high in the clock tower. I've stopped being able to read. It's because I can't read and pet a cat at the same time. Between the old stone bricks. Part of you felt almost drawn in by its gleam, like a certain sleepy princess to a spinning wheel. You attempt to study the old structure, trying to decipher how long it had been looming over the land. Looking at its wear and tear, as well as the moss that softly sleeps on some of the stones, you guess it had been there for at least a couple 100 years. It was clear by the small barricade of tape that it was closed off to visitors. Fair enough. Yet the light that seeps out feels like something you've never seen before. Part of you even felt slightly tempted to ask a staff member how they made such a cool effect. That, or maybe see if they would bend the rules slightly and let you take a quick peek inside. Though you knew better than to do that, deciding to shake those thoughts out of your head. Thankfully, a group of passing voices was loud enough to snap you out of those ideas. And your eye is caught by another glow, something softer, and definitely more orange. The lights of a festival fight for dominance in the sky against the clock tower's eeriness. The orange and green colours contrasting each other. You couldn't help but find it beautiful in its own unique way. You slowly walk out of the tower's grasp, peeking behind yourself at it one final time, before finally taking in the festivities in front of you. God, it's okay. It was like something out of a storybook, breathtaking and freeing. The stands, the costumes, the people, the laughter, it was also magical, a word you rarely hear as a description for this holiday, a scriptor for this holiday, excuse me. This is it. You were going to enjoy the festival all by yourself. You loner. There was no backing down, regardless of the anxiety growing within. Yet, with every step you took into the festival's warm glow, the less scared you felt. Everything was going to be okay. Maybe even better than okay. As you took in your surroundings, you were blissfully unaware of the space around you. That is, until you almost walk into a tall and slender person.
Whoa!
Wow! It is he!
He.
Where's Che at? They chuckle as they jump out of the way, so you both don't collide. I said that very wrong. They cease walking, now standing before you and allowing you to take in his details. His face was painted a white hue, a dark red diamond over his right eye to match the red rubber nose he wore. The makeup closely resembled what clowns would wear, making you guess that they were a cast member. His ears were slightly pointed, snow white hair just barely out of the way of his gaze. On his body, he donned a fancy-looking Merlot red suit, I know what wine looks like, and was adorned with a matching top hat. He takes in your appearance as you take in his, eyeing you up and down. They lean on their hip, a smug smirk forming on his lips.
Fresh meat in the festival! Welcome, dear.
Che, where are you? Che, I need to talk. Jay, I love you so much. I made the clown noise just before you made it too. And if you think about it, with the stream delay, we probably made it at the same time.
I'm
anyway.
gonna count it.
He coos, handing out a piece of paper in your direction. As you gingerly take the paper, you glance down and notice that it appears to be a map with the layout of the festival on it. In the top right corner, there is even a list of all the activities you could take part in this evening.
Does anything look to your fancy?
He questioned, then leaned in just a bit closer towards your face.
Maybe me, perhaps?
Is it possible for your own writing to make you want to vomit? His voice was low as he
Absolutely.
spoke, a sensual chuckle escaping from his throat. You could feel your face begin to burn from the implications of his question. However, before you could even process this over-the-top flirting, someone walks up to them and throws an arm around him.
Alien, will you lay off the guests for 5 minutes?
My favorite character.
That's so biased.
Anyway.
The newcomer sighs, his body slumping into the one apparently named Alien or Alien, I don't know anymore. He looked no older than his mid-20s, his attire reminding you of your average 2000s emo boy. You could guess his taste in music pretty easily. His hair was dark blue in hue, the back reaching just a tad past his neck. White fringes for his bangs gently fell on his freckle-covered face, multiple piercings noticeable on his ears and skin.
Can you blame me, sweet Damien?
There have been some real snacks around this evening.
I wanna die, man. Alien swoons in response, leaning back into his apparent friend. You stand there awkwardly, unsure if you should have left by now. Are you even in this conversation? While the two banter back and forth, another person steps forward into your small group. This new person had very peculiar makeup all over his skin, being a blend of deep blue mixed with a yellow gradient. Snaz. His eyes were bright red, while the sclera were a dark crimson. Multiple stars and a crescent moon had been painted over his right eye, complementing his clothes of a similar design. You noticed he had a red tail with a point at the end, which swayed around as he spoke. I'm so normal about these people. Oh, okay. You're right, Dorian. He's not moved, by the way. I put him in my lap and he was like, yeah, baby time. He was certainly eccentric looking, even compared to the clown.
Try not to let the clown get to you, sweet cheeks. Won't do you any good.
Moving on, he whispers to you, catching you off guard. What is it with all these attractive people whispering in your ear tonight? You didn't even get a chance to respond to him, his attention diverting to the map in his hands. I can read this one.
Alright.
Here, let me actually help you, seeing as Elion is too busy arguing to do his job at the moment. His smile was calm, a gentle tone in his voice. So, here's what we have to offer. He starts, his eyes seeming to take on a more caring appearance than before. First, we have the bar. It's run by a real sweetheart named C. They know everything about everyone, total all-seeing eye. You'll see what I mean when you meet them. He says with a nudge, giving you an innocent wink. Jay, you're gonna love that. We also have a fortune teller tent, where you can get a tarot reading from our new beauty Kiss. Or, if you're feeling brave, or even wish to become braver, sorry, I'm moving the Kagan, because my leg fell asleep, you could check out our test of courage. It's run by Samara, and the most adorable sweeties. Personally, I don't think they're scary, but people can't seem to stay away. He goes on, waving his hand casually. It was here that Elion finally took notice of the new male that had interjected. A threat, quickly jumping back into your space.
Lucy, don't take my job.
He whined, giving the other a slight glare. It's not like you were actually doing your job. Damien now spoke up, sliding back in as well as he crossed his arms over his chest. Elian sighed dramatically in response.
Hey! I'm doing my best.
He's doing his best, guys.
Gosh, he's doing his best. How can you be out here hating him and he's just doing his best?
He's just doing his best.
He mumbles, a small pout on his lips. It feels like the most real thing that he's said so far. Lucy and Damien reply with a soft huff or chuckle as Elian steps beside you, directing your attention back to the map in your hands.
Where were we?
He asks, glancing at your face. Did you tell them about your little patch of heaven? Damien questions Lucy, sounding awfully monotone despite the suspicious movement of his fingers. I'm gonna have to clarify that one a bit more, I think. The other waves them off. I was trying to save the best for last, Lucy retorts, placing a hand on his hip as his glance falls back onto you with a cheeky smirk. Was everyone at this festival going to look at you like you're a meal? Elian rolls his eyes, returning to look at you for the answer of his original question. No, don't clarify. Okay. Great. So I think it was a test of courage, but I'm not sure, guys. Where did we leave off?
I have an inkling.
You have a suspicion.
I have a single thought.
Dorian, pick a number between 1 and 4. He said 4 because it sounds like Paul.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
Oh, that's terrifying.
he says, blissfully unaware he was completely contradicting their friend's opinion on it.
So, if you choose to do that, I recommend checking the chill out room after. Or at any time, really. It's lovely.
Glad we can finally agree on something. Damien drawls sarcastically in response. You can tell it's all in good fun as the other two give him a soft chuckle. You can't help but smile a little yourself.
Then we have a pumpkin patch that's been grown on the far east of the estate. It's the little area of farmland that's still used here. There are scheduled tour times to have a nice walk around it. I even signed up for a tour myself today. That's it.
He pulls his sleeve slightly down his arm, revealing nothing where a watch would normally be.
Later.
After that, there's the Room of Mirrors. Damien jumped in again, eager to move on this little conversation based. Meanwhile, Lucy had been standing with his arms crossed, a shit-eating grin on his face as he enjoys the show. If you plan when you go in, it's really chill. You should ask the one running the stand to go in with you. Lucy finally interjects, making you raise an eyebrow, concerned at his eagerness to pull a staff member in with you. Damien nudges Lucy with a stern look on his face, one that is clearly telling him to shut up.
And lastly, there's a Ferris wheel, high enough to...
Actually, last is my kissing move. We need to have that line voiced.
Yeah.
It's called Smooches, you can't miss it!
That's my favourite line.
Where's our award for this, guys? It became clear at this point that his prior silence, bar the odd comment about the mirrors, was to mentally prepare to launch himself back into pitch his own stand. Elian sighs as she shakes his head in amused disbelief.
The Ferris wheel. It's high enough to see the entire Eternus estate, and then some more. A perfect view to end the night off on, or to bring someone along for a romantic rendezvous.
Why do we use so many French words in this game? Ilium finishes. The three goofballs let out a large sigh of relief as if finishing a monstrous task. Smooch on head. Yippee! Damien rubs the back of his neck, the ordeal seeming to take more of a toll on him than it did the other two. I'm sorry they're like this. Wait. Do we even know your name? Do you even know our names? We've done nothing but bother you, and we didn't even introduce ourselves. The three of them exchanged looks as you raise an eyebrow at them. How oblivious can they be? Were they actually talking to you as if you were a friend? As the two more outgoing of the group tried to hold back a fit of giggles, Damien sighs again.
I'm Damien. I'm just a guy.
He's just a guy.
He's
We've
just
got
a guy.
Elion doing his best, Damien just a guy, Lucy shit-eating grin. We're gonna do this like a character introduction video. It's gonna be like Super Smash Bros. And that's it. Character name, character title. He says, looking down at his outfit as if studying it, because now I want to actually do that. God damn it. That's gonna be a little bit.
Write it down.
Write that down! I help out a bit at the chill out room, but I'll be mostly loitering around the festival otherwise. As he finishes, he looks to the goofballs next to him with an expecting glare, which they both acknowledge fairly quickly to their credit. Because they're idiots. Lucy smiles back at him, stepping forward now.
Hi, I'm Lucy, the local handsome devil and the festival's lead smoocher. It is a pleasure.
Oh, I need to fix that!
Hi.
It is a pleasure to meet you. Which he will actually say in the next patch. He introduces himself with a skip in his step and the peppy energy of a K-pop star. It's almost blinding. Lastly, Elian steps forward, removing his hat respectfully as he gets in line with the other two.
I'm Elion. I'm something of a co-host here.
He's something of a co-host here.
He's something of a big deal. You know who he is. Maybe just not his name. It's fine. You know his face. It's fine. He speaks softly in a way that's been almost completely different from how he's spoken so far. He clears his throat, and with a blink, his energy returns to what you know as his usual self, his body relaxing as he returns in line with his friends. Speaking of relaxing, Dorian, chill! It's nice to meet you all. I'm Cosmo. Flirt? Or, hi, my name is Cosmo. Mia Mouse! Ain't no way!
Let's
Hello,
go
Darian.
door number 1.
Door number 1, nice to meet you all. Number 3, pick number 3, my lord. No. Oh, we got number 1?
Yeah, let's go.
It's nice to meet you, sweetheart.
Welcome to the Eternus Halloween Festival.
Sup?
Cosmo.
Oh, he's not gonna say the name, is he? It's not, we're not that good. Sup. Then the three of them nod to themselves, content that you're now officially introduced. You decide to ask them something that's been on your mind. Are you three friends? You seem to be awfully close. Worse, they're stupid. They they briefly look between one another, Lucy and Elion sharing a chuckle between them while Damien rolls his eyes, tucking his hands into his pockets. Yeah, something like that. They're stupid! We've all worked at the festival for several years in a row now, so... It's surprising how well you can get to know someone after sharing a bed a few times.
Oh,
Please... Oh my god. Oh, please don't make me regret knowing you, Lucy.
we do try to hang out when the festival isn't running, but there are certain complications that make it difficult.
Not that it matters. When we all come back to the festival, our banter continues like no time has passed at all. This is supposed to be set in America, should I... Yeah, it's whatever.
Sorry.
You're good.
Even if Sirius scolds us when we get a little off track, that old fart.
Off track, like we are now. The three of them laugh between themselves, the air around them feeling light. Then Elion leans his head back slightly, letting out a long sigh as this chuckling comes to an end.
Anyway, dear,
Run along now.
it's been a blast, but we do actually have jobs to get back to here. And you have a festival to enjoy, so run along now.
I can make him say it again.
Run along now.
And then he did. Damien and Lucy share a quick glance, then shrug in agreement. Seems they did forget about their jobs for a bit. It's been a delight, Cosmo.
I hope you have a good night.
Well, that's nice of him. He's just a nice guy.
He's just a guy.
He's just a guy? He's not even nice? Damn. Maybe a singular second passes before the three of them walk away together, further into the festival's glow. You ever listen to a song so many times you start to forget who you are? I'm not gonna lie to you, bestie. I've listened to the Hallow Hearts music so much now that I feel like it's become part of my brainwaves and I can just block it out entirely. Their visages are eventually lost into the crowd of people beginning to form at the first few stands in sight. That's your introduction to the festival done, you suppose? You certainly had not been expecting to meet such interesting people right off the bat. And with such an interesting start to your night, as you think about how the festival may go moving forward, you cannot help but feel one of these three options.
3. Pick number 3, my lord.
Number 3! Okay, relax. Despite the initial craziness thus far, you were rather relaxed. You were going with the flow of things, and that's totally okay. Your thoughts then wander to the people you've met so far. In particular, you couldn't help but think about one of these people.
You got a favorite in here? Or no?
I love all of them equally, because I also hate all of them equally. First person to answer in chat is what we choose.
Yeah.
Now we wait. Just a normal friend group. They're so normal, guys. The narrator said
Nothing
so.
odd about them.
They said so. They're so normal. What is this? Subtle forecasting? Forecasting? Yes. Yes? Foreshadowing. Thank you, Dave. All of them? We can do all of them, I think.
Can you?
I think so.
Oh no, someone said Damien. Pick Damien.
Shut up! Meeting the man in charge of everything here was definitely not something that you had predicted. He certainly was charming in his own way, as well as playful, yet he also ensured to maintain a professional decorum when the two of you spoke. By the way, Jay, all of the routes will have friend options. Or friend endings kind of thing that you can go towards. He was genuinely really nice and helped you feel a bit better after learning your friends wouldn't be meeting you here. You felt a bit curious to learn more about him and hoped to see him again soon. We can do all of them! Ilion. They were certainly interesting, to say the least. He was eccentric and clearly a flirt, given that it seemed this wasn't the first time he'd been caught flirting with visitors. They had mentioned being a co-host of sorts, so maybe they had a connection with Sirius? Regardless, he had caught your attention, and you were looking forward to possibly seeing them again. Damien. He was rather chill, honestly. Clearly he seemed to be awkward and a bit unsure of what to say in certain situations. Not that there was anything wrong with that, of course. You could understand where he was coming from. They really seemed cool to talk to. You wouldn't mind seeing them again and chilling out a bit. Lucy. Lucy was a flirt beyond a shadow of a doubt. He caught your attention with how carefree he acted, taking everything in strides. It looked like he rarely was caught off guard, and his attitude and playful nature made you very interested in him. Given that he has a kissing booth, you could guess he was this way with others as well. Maybe it would be okay to swing by sometime tonight. And that's it for now. The night is still young. There will be plenty of people at the festival, plenty of potential friends to make. Maybe even something more. ... After already meeting so many curious individuals, you hoped that you would end up meeting more. Men, women, anyone really. Anyone.
Yeah, it's got anyone.
Gender and identities didn't really matter to you. You were curious to meet anyone regardless of what they identified as, but you wonder if that even matters in the grand scheme of things, given that tonight has in no way gone how you'd expect it to. Still, you've come this far, and you're not going to step down now. The night is young, and it's time to enjoy it. I need to fix a lot of this. You probably have enough time to visit a few areas before you need to leave. With that in mind, where should you go first? Wrong, you get 2 options. Should we, I don't know, flip a coin?
Yeah, I have no coins on me though. You got a coin?
I don't carry cash anymore, it's 2024.
You suggested it!
I'll throw my Sylveon in the air, and if they're face up, then we go test of courage. I'm not throwing my Sylveon. Should we throw Dorian? Yeah? Someone tell me what to do. I can't make choices.
Someone pick in the chat.
I could just flip a coin on Google, I guess. Roll D2.
Roll a d2.
Flip a coin. Flipping, 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 flipping. Tails, the bar.
Ah, cool.
A drink. A drink! Sorry, that's also one of my favorite lines. Good idea. No matter what it is, a drink is a great step to take a breather and figure out your next steps. You tuck away the map safely in your pocket, then you begin to head in the direction it stated. As you weave your way through crowds of people, you notice how many people are heading the same way you were. You must be on the right track. Another great sign is the distinct change of cheers and chatter you hear. It's still reasonably early in the evening, so you weren't surprised to hear people younger than you at the festival. But your approach to the bar not only changes the tone, but changes in passion. Perhaps this is the sound of a blissfully child-free life. I had to ask many times if I was okay to put that in there. Oh no, our contract.
Our contract.
A few moments later, the bar comes into view. It looks so relaxed, yet sounds lively at the same time. It's difficult to even hear your own footsteps as you close in. And as you approach, you notice it looks like it was skillfully made using wooden pallets to make a comfortable patio and is brightly lit with lanterns scattered around. Dorian, stop eyeing up the fridge. What is he doing? Okay. Sorry, I need to watch him a second. Dorian show.
He really wants that fridge.
Yeah, he does. I think he's gonna try and fix it. It broke today.
He's a mechanic, trust him.
Mechatic.
Mechanic.
Alright. There are vines hanging around all four corners, as well as fairy lights hanging from each of the edges. There are even a couple of dividers to space out several seating areas, filled with wooden benches and stools that all have cushions tied to them in some way. Because we don't like thieves in these parts. We tie things. Across from that is a bar that is adorned with the same decorations that surround the frame. Meowcanic, help! The bar itself seems to be the only part with a back. And it holds a whiteboard that fits the entire width of it, decorated with beverages at mostly reasonable prices. Oh, he's sniffing the screen. He's staring at the game now. Some of the fancier drinks have drawings next to them, besides its listing, because we're snazzy here. Who's the artist? Where the artist at? You step onto the wooden flooring with a creak, looking around for somewhere to sit. Every seat looks like it has a good view of the chalkboard menu, so it's even more annoying when it's difficult to find a free seat. But something or someone seems to be on your side when you find one single seat up at the bar. No, there aren't any other options here. You... Thank you, Dorian. You quickly direct your attention... Dorian, please.
He's helping.
He wants to play game. He's gamer. You quickly direct your attention to the stool and begin walking to it. Your pace is slightly faster, and your body exudes dominance. You are locked in. That is your chair.
Get that chair, bestie.
Seat. Sigh. I was wondering... I wrote that part, and I was wondering whether it was going for a second. Mission accomplished. Another deep breath allows you to regain your focus after your battle. You've done well, soldier. No, I'm not obsessed with Baldur's Gate 3. What do you...
people say soldier all the time, right? I'm just gonna have a drink. Okay. You look around, finally getting a good take on your surroundings, and it's a lot. In front of you is a slim young man with extremely fair skin, his hair draping coolly around his neck and seems to have some of it tied up at the back. But as you glance up, you instantly notice the slim cat is sitting on his head. You can't help but slightly raise an eyebrow at his overly creative costume with a matching plain black t-shirt, jeans, and apron. The most average outfit imaginable for a bartender, but the cat ears are an eyesore in contrast. You can't help but quietly chuckle at it. If you had to guess, costumes were a requirement for working at the festival, and this guy was not interested in the slightest. To each their own, or something. His eyes, though, are something else. A light yellow with a hint of green in them. By the way, I based his eyes off of my cat's eyes. Off of Dorian's eyes, specifically. Maybe he knows how intriguing they are, as he tries to hide them behind some rounded shades. That, or he's trying to hide the dark circles around his eyes. Fatigue, hangover, or perhaps someone who's just come back from an Evan Spirit concert. God damn it. That smudged eyeliner look should have died in the 2010s! I have a feeling it was a very early session when I wrote these. Luckily, your gawking and somewhat rude chuckle went unnoticed by the cat ear wearing guy. I'm a fucking genius, guys. Or he was just completely ignoring you, idly washing a glass that he picked up 5 minutes ago to probably look as if he was working. The lack of engagement was enough for you to let your eyes finally look to your left and... Whoa. How did you not see this bunch first? Your eyes dart between the three now in your direct line of sight. Standing at the end of the bar, but still behind it, with an aura that screams they own the place, was a tall, lilac-skinned Cyclops. What an awe-inspiring eye. It even blinks and looks so lifelike, but also as if it held an entire universe of its own. You wonder how they made it. Now that is how you dress up in costume. They went into so much detail that their skin paint sits flawlessly on the shaved side of their head and is even visible as it fades quickly into their hairline, with soft brown hair flowing to one side. Even without the badass tattoo that creeps up their legs, it was easy to see their booming free spirit, confidence, and drive. Across from them sat someone who looked like their polar opposite. A petite and pale elf, trying to keep up with the energy of the people they're in conversation with. Protag is so clueless. Although they had striking blue hair and bright green eyes, which made them look energetic and fun, you could see they were a bundle of anxiety. They idly fidget with their clothing, biting their lip as their eyes glance back and forth between the other two, trying to figure out when it was an appropriate time to speak up.
Like me, for real.
I was gonna say it could be me, but I can't. They'd occasionally reach up to tuck hair behind their ear, but their hand wouldn't find anything to tuck on the seemingly recently shaved side of their head, like the Cyclops. What's up, Sola?
Hi.
Once they realized they were trying to tuck away hair that was no longer there, they jump in their seat slightly and a light blush would appear on their cheeks. But between the elf and the Cyclops stood something else entirely. A muscular almond-skinned beauty was standing at attention at the end of the bar, probably a bouncer. Though she seemed to be trying her best to remain calm and serious, she couldn't help but chuckle and crack a smile or chuckle at the other two occasionally.
And like the other two, the woman also fashioned a hairstyle featuring, my god, a partially shaved side. Hers was a silvery white, tied up into a high ponytail with a fringe that draped casually on her face. Oh no, I'm gay! Gay. You're so based. Oh my god. While she was focusing ahead, you glance up at her eyes to find the shade of dandelions, with eyes so deep it's as if you could see fields of that very flower. An extreme contrast to the scars that are scattered around her skin. They seem to be battle scars, and she wears them with pride.
You okay there, hun?
A smooth voice calls to you, and your eyes find their way back to the Cyclops, who had a wide grin on their face. Have you been served yet? I got it. Her smile is a classic one of, I work in customer service. Overwhelmingly polite with a hint of, let's move this on as quickly as possible. This may be a professional you're dealing with. Choose your champion. We could roll a dice for this one if you want.
Yeah.
Roll a d4. 1! No, I haven't. They tut a few times as they drop their head, their ponytail... Hang on, I closed the chat. Their ponytail dropping over their shoulder, revealing to be an almost mirror image to the silver hair one. Once they finish their display of shame, they quickly pick their head back up and look further down the bar.
Oi!
Oi, Salem! The elf sitting across from them flinches as they yell, but the one standing guard doesn't move a muscle, barring the slight smirk that briefly appears. Then you hear a few quiet footsteps shuffling on your right, the cat boy from before having finally put down the overly clean glass down.
What?
Yes, see?
He speaks with a flat tone, incredibly monotone voice. Fix that. That is a guy that does not want to be here. But does anyone really enjoy being at work? Even C, the Cyclops, seems to understand to some degree. They chuckle, but gently, in hopes of keeping their authoritative aura. Customer here needs...
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Cosmo. Pleasure, Cosmo. Cosmo here needs a drink. Mind doing your job a teeny bit? They gesture towards you, and he smiles curtly with a quick nod before directing his attention to you. C directs their own attention back to the two they were chatting with before, as the flat voice speaks to you.
What can I get you? Please don't ask me for anything complicated.
Menu is behind me. Sorry.
You're good.
Oh, I should put that on a new line. He nods his head to the chalkboard behind him, and you finally take a moment to read the options in front of you. Jesse! So as you see, we got a lot of options here. Alcoholic and non-alcoholic.
Do you want to do the one?
No, because I didn't finish it.
Oh.
It's just weird.
Oh, I thought it was fun.
You think it's fine?
Yeah.
Alright. So we hit a little Easter egg because it is a Halloween game. So if you ask for a Bloody Mary...
A what? Sorry, can you repeat that once more?
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Cider. Oh, let's get a cider.
Yeah. Now that's something I can manage.
Salem chuckles as he quickly prepares your drink. While you wait, you take a moment to think about the people around you. Bruh. A moody bartender with cat ears a petite and anxious elf, an outgoing lilac cyclops, and a buff, beautiful bodyguard. It's almost laughable how bizarre this is. Like, who writes this stuff? They all have... they have all definitely grabbed your attention, but one you definitely wanted to know a little bit more about was... I think you only get one hit. You didn't know? I didn't make a big deal of it, to be honest. I think you only get to choose one here.
Roll a dice.
Roll a dice. A d4 again. Number 2, the petite and anxious elf. Number 15. Okay. I don't know if you get to do all of them or not, but we'll find out. Anxiety was something you've known, and you couldn't help but feel sympathetic towards them. Part of you wondered if there was anything you could do to help them, or if asking them would only make them feel more anxious. You couldn't help but admire their style, though. It made you want to approach and potentially befriend them, even if you didn't know their name yet. But your chance to learn it seemed to be approaching. Salem drops your drink in front of you, with his best customer... my god! With his best customer service smile he can muster. It's not good. And you provide the payment for it. Then, without allowing a second of awkward silence to build, C casually waves you both over, and you both don't hesitate to direct your attention towards them. Now you've been properly attended to, how about some actual introductions? C beams as they wave over to the other two they were talking to before, inviting them to join in your conversation of Will Be 5. The 4 of you circle around C, and you hope they don't ask you to say 3 interesting facts about yourself. I'm C. Great to officially meet you. I run the bar here for the festival, which is basically like a compact, travel-friendly version of the one I run back home. That's Salem. He works for me at both bars, which means I get to deal with his bratty attitude all year round. The smaller one there is Neem, and the bouncer with the sparkling muscles is their younger sister Blake. Guys, this is Cosmo.
Hey! We can introduce ourselves!
Which she can introduce herself.
Hey there! I'm Blake. Pleased to meet you.
And then she did. Blake and C exchange a look, as do Neem and Salem. They're both wildly different looks with wildly different emotions, but you can easily tell what their looks are saying. Neem finally sighs, giving in giving in and following the lead of their younger sister. So they say, "Hello, I'm Neem, thanks. I mean, nice to meet you." I love them.
So real for that.
Neem's face goes bright red, which they tried to hide in their hands after their quiet introduction. Hoping to move on as quickly as possible for their sake, your small group turns to look at you, following a circular turn order. Looks like they're all expecting you to make a proper introduction next. What's up, kid? I hate it here. The further you get into the game, the more, like, tired you can tell the writers are.
Can you tell we wrote this at 5 a.m. after 24 hours staying up straight?
Should I play the 10 minutes video of Hallow Hearts?
God, yes.
Okay, at the end of this I will play 10 minutes. It's a video that's called 10 minutes of Hallow Hearts devs losing their shit. It's a ride. Anyway. Nice to meet you. 5 a.m. Yeah. We were up late on... Guys, please... No, this was the last day to write this.
Yeah, this was like over a month ago. We have slept since then, don't worry.
I mean, I'm not sure I have, but yeah. It doesn't feel
Yeah,
like
my
it
sleep
sometimes.
cycle was kind of messed up.
As a person... As a person who just joined the stream, this looks like the Who Broke It meme. Jay wants to go for option 4. I'll allow it. Don't worry about it, Neem. It's lovely to meet you guys. My name's Cosmo. Neem and Blake give you an understanding smile. When Blake notices Neem's expression, she seems to smile even wider.
And I'm Salem. Are we done here?
Sorry, I sent this to a friend who's like outside of Sleepy Studios.
Yeah.
Because they offered to bug test and they were down bad for Salem. I just remembered their response. Why? Got a job to do or something?
Yes, actually.
Not anymore.
I'm calling your break. Hi, welcome. He's not interested. Salem stands still, his mouth slightly agape. You're not sure if it's shock at her calling his break suddenly, or if this is just him tired of her usual shit. You compress your lips, trying not to chuckle at the whole situation, but a smile escapes when you hear Blake and Neem chuckling away.
And why are you calling my break?
Oh, I have an idea.
I just had the best idea. C waves over, and sure enough, someone steps in to take over his spot. A light green girl, completely covered in a light shine, so much that she even looks slimy. You take a moment to look at the floor she was just walking on, but to your surprise, she didn't leave any kind of trail. If she's already hired to work here, her costume was probably already approved for working with food and drinks, so you shrug it off and zone back into your group conversation. Team building exercises. This is becoming the Who Broke It meme. I think I want to see this now. You, Neem, and Blake join Salem and his slightly agape mouth. Team building exercises?
Hell yeah.
But we're not a... That's what I'm talking about, Blake. The two share a high five, while the rest of you share a look to each other. What is happening? This is so corny, but we should do a kind of speed dating thing. Let's all get to know each other in 60 seconds. What?
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 Hear me out, hear me out! I hate this so much! Someone's going to commit arson? I hope so! We just go around and spend 60 seconds getting to know each other. Though, 60 seconds is a bit stressful, so maybe do a few minutes or so. I thought you all knew each other already.
Kind of. I mean, Neem and I are siblings.
We're adopted. Blake pauses for a moment, and their excitement falters, though they quickly snap out of it.
And I know see-through employment. Alright.
I am so sorry. That was fast.
Alright, I'll leave.
Say the first half,
What
and
we
then we
do?
go back and say the second half.
Alright, we good? No?
It's an automatic. It's a timer thing. I have to extend it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright.
So she knows C for employment and said, I only met the kitten here today, and Salem didn't like that, TLDR.
I'm sorry, kitten.
There's a few seconds of stunned silence, which only seems to bother Salem more.
Oh, right. I saw one of your lot earlier. Black hair, dressed up like a wannabe 70s bad boy. Friend of yours? What? No, I didn't even know anyone like that. Oh, I guess not all dogs run in the same pack after all. Hey, don't be a dick, Salem.
Maybe this isn't a good idea. Oh, freaking hell. This is literature, guys. Neem finally speaks up and all eyes turn to them. You can't find it in yourself to say anything with the atmosphere feeling so suddenly tense and awkward. C seems to be avoiding eye contact with the whole group, and Neem looks like they're about to cry. That explains what Blake is dressed as, you suppose? Some kind of werewolf? They seem to be taking the cat versus dog bit seriously. You're almost certain there is some underlying subtext that you don't know about. Though it's not unsurprising that the Eternus Halloween Festival has its own lore and/or dramas. Blake and Salem try to find the right words to say next, but nothing seems to come to mind. So you take a deep breath and... No! We should give it a try. It would be a shame to leave things like, It would be a shame to leave things like this between you guys. I'm so good at reading. It's horrifically quiet for several moments as each of the group go through their thoughts. Then Sia sighs and rubs her temple with their finger and thumb. They have a point. It would suck if this is the first impression you get of each other. Another uncomfortable silence, another sigh. This time from Blake as she runs her hand through her hair.
They're right. Both of them are.
Another uncomfortable silence, another sigh. Salem has joined the party. He even runs his hand through his hair too.
Okay, fine.
Okay, great, let's do this! C doesn't take a second to bounce into action. Thank you for not allowing another uncomfortable silence. You glance at Neem and can tell they're thinking the same thing. C then ushers everyone but you into a circle, but only for a few moments. Then, when they turn back to you, C has a wide grin on their face. Pick a number. What? Oh, between 1 and 4. Pick a number. Oh, okay. C gave each of them a number, and the one you pick is the one you'll chat with first. It's safe to assume that this game is just for you to get to know these 4, and with an odd number of people. You also deduct that the 3 you don't choose will be chatting amongst themselves while you chat. Burger King? Are they this friendly to everyone? Before she even gives you the chance to say your first number, she runs around the bar to where you're sitting. Then pulls you out of your seat, maybe a little too harshly, and ushers you over to a newly emptied table with 2 seats. They seem really serious about doing this. When your butt meets the new seat, that's still oddly warm from its last tenant, you decide on...
Alright, pick a number.
First number in chat. Let's go. 1 to 4. This means I can have a drink. And no, 15 doesn't count. Number 3. They really
3.
pick number 3.
Number 3. Oh, sweet. It's my turn.
Hell yeah.
I read that wrong.
It's fine. Blake hops over to you quickly. Guess the bar can run without its protector for a few minutes. When she reaches your table, she offers you a swift high five. Which you take, of course. Why wouldn't you?
Hey there, stranger.
Is it weird that I'm excited and nervous to do this? I mean, I've never done anything similar at all. Alright, let's do this. What do you want to ask?
Too bad you've now got to make more options. Absolutely not. Oh no, it's a running gag. Okay. What
Do you end
happened?
up doing both? Or
I think you do both.
alright, might as well just go down this then.
Alright. What happened with Salem back there?
Ugh. How did I know you were gonna ask me about that?
Blake slumps back in her seat dramatically, kind of like a child who's about to do something they don't want to do.
And I didn't mean to piss the guy off, but now I'm more mad because he got mad.
She huffs and folds her arms across her broad chest. Her expression twists into a pout. She looks like a toddler right now.
Let's say maybe you could apologize.
Alright, maybe you could apologize? Blake's jaw drops for a moment, trying to find her wording.
Damn, maybe you're right. Look, I know I tend to run my mouth a bit, but I didn't mean nothing by it.
Sorry, I just remembered something from the, when we were writing this and you lost your shit. You know what I'm remembering?
I remember, yeah.
I think they didn't mean
I want to
anything by
clarify
it.
that it was 4 a.m.
By the way, guys, they didn't mean anything by it. Just so you know.
They didn't mean anything malicious.
Sorry. Blake dots her eyes to the side with a disapproving look. You get the feeling she's telling the truth, and the whole situation is very frustrating to her. It wouldn't hurt to say sorry anyway. It might clear the air between you two. Blake's eyes meets yours, and she takes a few moments to study your face. Then, when she's organized her thoughts, she gives you a big, dopey grin.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, you know, you give pretty good advice. Thanks a bunch.
It's just a prank, bro! She gives a hearty chuckle and leans over to ruffle your hair. You're not sure how you feel about it. She realizes she might, be crossing a boundary and retreats, looking apologetically.
Oh, sorry.
We like it, alright? We like it. We're not gonna be like that. She definitely gives the protective sister vibe. You smile as she sits back down, her grin growing even wider if you can believe. Alright. Tell me about yourself. Her face beams as you ask, looks like she has a lot she wants to talk about.
Oh boy, where to start? I mean, I guess I should start at the beginning. Well, not the beginning. That's a bit too far.
That's a spelling error, that's fine. She seems to ramble for a bit, trying to decide where to start her life story. Hi, Socks! Don't you only have a few minutes to chat?
Oh, I got it.
Thanks, Socks!
Another one. So basically, Neem and I are siblings. Adopted, before they come running over to tell you themselves. They were adopted only a few years before me, but honestly, they're the best sibling you can ask for.
Socks, you can't... So, my stream audio is being picked up directly from my mic, and it's not got the same level of sound reduction that Discord has. So there's every chance that Socks can be heard on the stream, but not by you.
Okay. So, I can just hear you, but the chat's gonna be like, there's a cat.
Yeah, basically.
That's hilarious.
Blake beams talking about Neem. She must really care for them. Socks! It kind of pulls at your heartstrings a bit. It's pretty sweet.
Though we bicker like any other siblings do. When Nim got ill, well,
She looks off to the side, holding the back of her neck. It seems like this hit her pretty hard, but you just sit there and lend an ear.
Nim got sick. Basically, there's no cure, and it's forever. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but basically I'm their caretaker, and I do whatever I can to help.
She seems to show a boast of pride at the last line. From observation alone, it seems like Blake just wants to give Neem the life they deserve. Socks? I think you might have to get off my keyboard, lad. Because it's not letting me click forward now.
Socks is just giving input on the game.
What do you...
The second cat review on this stream tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Like, the other two are in here threatening to make an appearance at any time. Come on. Come on. You have to move. Come on, Donut Head. Socks the gamer cat? Nuh-uh. Socks the donut cat. Bye-bye, Socks. No, don't grab onto me. Okay. I am free.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
So,
Oh, he's back.
I guess it's also a nice excuse. Guess it's also a nice excuse to have each other around a lot.
Socks!
So, if you ever get a chance to chat with them, it will make their day. I know you've made mine.
Socks, please! Ah, claw skin! Help!
You okay?
There you go. He skipped a line.
You skipped a few.
Yeah.
Alright, we will. Though Nim isn't the
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool. Though Nim isn't the sociable type, it's nice to see them chatting with new folks every now and again. If you ever get a chance to chat with them, it'll make their day. I know you've made mine. Okay, we got this one.
Blake beams with her arms crossed triumphantly. You feel that your time chatting may be about up, which is quickly confirmed when you spot C waving to you in the corner of your eye. Shut up! Blake notices you glance over and follows your gaze.
Ah, shoot. Is it that time already? Well, I had a blast talking to you. Same here.
I had a lot of fun talking to you. Hope to bump into you around the fair again. Blake gives you a hearty smile and waves as she leaves.
Oh, we get to do the others?
Yeah, man. You have to do all four,
Oh.
actually. I gave them no choice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I remember I think I've only played the first pass where it only made you do one.
I think I took that
Alright,
out because
that's
it
cool.
got buggy. And I need to fix it.
Ah, I thought it was just Neem's one in the first one.
No, Neems is the one that, that was...
Has the loop.
No, yeah, it's the endless loop.
That's fixed now, isn't it?
Yes.
Ah, good.
Or so we thought. Anyway, let's roll a dice. One. Okay. With a huff, Salem begrudgingly walks over and joins you at the table. What's fun about this is I don't remember which number is which. So it's equally a surprise for us. He slumps in his seat, taking a heavy second before looking up at you.
Hi.
So,
Didn't one.
yeah, what happened with Blake back there?
What's going on? Oh, right.
Salem rubs the back of his neck as he takes several moments to process everything. As he rotates his head, you get a good glimpse of his bright eyes behind his glasses. Even his pupils resemble that of a cat's, a vertical slit that resizes slightly as his eyes glance back to yours.
I guess being called a kitten felt like she was looking down on me. Looking back, though, I can see she probably didn't mean anything by it like that. Hell, I haven't known Blake a full day, but it's enough to know she isn't like that.
You should both apologize.
Number three,
Number 3, my lord!
His hand drops back to his side and he shakes his head in disbelief, paired with an ironic laugh.
You've known us for, what, 20 minutes, and you're already trying to fix our problems? Is this a hobby of yours? It's right.
Sorry, I just got a couple messages I want to reply to really quickly.
Okay. Cosmo learns conflict resolution.
Cosmic
Typical protagonist behavior, absolutely.
You don't have a choice, okay? Get over it. I say calmly, nicely.
Respectfully.
Should I make it a hobby of mine? Yeah.
Here, go on. Haha, you're okay, Cosmo. I like your sense of humor.
Salem purses his lips, considering his options for a second.
Yeah, okay. I'll apologize to Blake for what happened earlier. Thanks.
His blush is brighter than the sun! Tell me about yourself.
There's not much to tell.
And then they ask where I'm streaming, so I'm like, yeah, I'm here. Okay.
Not much that I want to tell a total stranger anyway. Let's see.
He leans back in his seat slightly and looks up at the ceiling.
My name's Salem, I'm 21, I work for C, yada yada yada.
Yada yada yada. This is peak writing. You see him glance back down at you, his eyes visible under your glasses to see if you're satisfied. You also take note of the shit-eating grin on his face. He knows you wouldn't be satisfied with that answer, so he levels his head again and faces you properly.
What do you want to know? Ooh. Roll the dice.
It chose 3.
3 picked up the 3.
I swear!
We need a confirmation on that. Oh, okay. This one I actually have something prepared for.
He sits up and prepares himself for the big reveal of his not-so-random fact. You swear you saw his cat ears actually perk up when you asked, but shrug it off, assuming it was down to how quickly he moved his head when you asked.
I don't like vegetables.
I made him so based. He reveals as something random of incredible pride and confidence. You just stare at him in disbelief. For several reasons, the dice is in on the cat. He rolls his eyes at your stunned silence and even graces you with an elaboration.
Okay, I don't like most vegetables.
This is it. This is the last Halloween you're going to see. Your face reddens and you don't know what to do, what to say, how to respond. You want to laugh, but you can't on the chance he's serious, not because of his distaste for the stuff, but his sheer confidence and pride he announced it with.
Okay, moving on.
I love him. I love him, Your Honor.
We'll just go down the list.
Alright, tell me about your work with C.
Oh, see?
He takes another moment. From what you know of Salem so far, you can tell it's to figure out what he should tell you instead of what he can tell you. He seems like a very secretive person.
I started working with C a couple of years ago. I'm sort of a runaway. They took me in, gave me a job at their bar, and even lets me sleep in a room above it. I don't really do anything special, just bartend and clean. There's not really much else to it.
You nod, deciding it's probably best to let this one go. At least it's easier to
Your
see.
Honor, he's just a man.
I can hear Emmy screaming.
Damien.
At least it's easier to see why he's so extremely secretive. You notice your group waving Salem over from the bar, signaling that your time is up. When he notices you looking over, he also diverts his attention.
Guess that's time.
You notice he even sounds a little disappointed. He even takes an extra second, after huffing dramatically at the thought of moving again, of course, before pushing himself to his feet.
You're not so
You're not the
bad.
worst. Cosmo. Ooh, sorry, I didn't know there was a voice line there.
Rewind!
You're not so bad.
I thought I heard a breath and I was like, what's that? And oh!
Thanks for the not so terrible chat.
Oh my god, chat got the assignment. Salem finished.
Chat, is this real?
This is real. This is so based. Honestly, Salem finishes with a very casual salute, smile, and even a slight smile. Man, keep racing, guys. I think I was supposed to write.
We getting that 4 AM writing.
Dave! Oh my god. I think I was supposed to write wink and a slight smile as he heads back to the others at the bar. We'll be right back. He drops back into the seat you left empty there, and you can hear the green girl who took over for him yelling something about covering her for a few minutes. Yeah, I said that right. Before being allowed to react, she throws her apron at his face and dashes out of the bar. A direct hit, too. He's definitely not happy about it, but C and Blake are almost dying with laughter. God. It's a fun scene to watch, along with the rest of the bar's patrons, that is. C turns to call out to you, and Salem hops over to the bar while they're looking away. Hey, Cosmo, pick another number! I accidentally opened a new window on my... Yeah, this is fine. Pick a number. 1. Socks is back! Hi, Socks!
Yay!
Yay! Socks is back, everyone!
Everyone cheer for Socks!
He just sprawled out across my entire desk. He's never done that
no.
before, but it's the worst thing possible right now. Get out of here! Gone. Alright. Neem hops out of their seat at the bar, and as they shuffle over to your table, you realize they're a lot shorter than you thought. When they arrive, they quickly shuffle into the vacant seat across from you. Their actions seem to be swift but stiff, like they're trying to make their actions as efficient as possible. You notice a hint of determination in their eyes as they look at you, ready for your first question. da-na-na-na-na-na. It's beginning to feel more like an interrogation, and you're not sure which of you is the one being interrogated. We'll just go down the list. How are you feeling?
Yeah.
After earlier, not great. I feel really embarrassed, and the other three are probably laughing at me right now. They fidget with their hands as you both glance to the bar. See, Blake and Salem are laughing about something, but you're very certain it is not Neem. Not that meeting you today wasn't fun, it was really nice actually. It's my first time visiting the festival, and I've been here at the bar for most of the day while Blake has been working.
Let's reach them.
Hell yeah. Try not to think like that, Neem. I'm almost certain they're not laughing about you. Yeah, I know better. I know better. It just doesn't stop me thinking like that, you know? Do you suffer with anxiety? Do I?
You're not gonna believe this, Bessie.
So you understand them? Some days are better than others, you know? Today is just not exactly a good one. Sorry if what I was saying is too much. You're very easy to talk to. Jay, you're not gonna believe who I base this freaking character on. Let's talk about something else. Why have you stayed here all day? Why haven't you checked out the festival? Blake and I checked it out a little earlier when she was on break. We went to the Room of Mirrors. The person who runs it, their name is Jay. They're really cool! It sucks they can't go in them themselves. It might be you. They trail off for a moment, seeming lost in thought. Oh, I mean because they're working there, they couldn't go in. It's not like they actually aren't allowed in. We're leaving it there. Tell me about yourself. Oh, okay. Neem sucks in their lips as they prepare their big introduction. Hi, my name is Neem. I'm Blake's older sibling. Adopted, of course. I, don't go out very often because I have chronic illnesses. Blake is my carer, and I'm very lucky to have her in my life. She is the best little sister anyone could ask for, really. Oh, and I really like fantasy. You guess that explains the casual elf costume, but you weren't completely unfamiliar with chronic illness. It feels a little ironic, seeing as elves are supposed to have super long lives. Being one with chronic health conditions is actually a bit depressing to think about. You also can't help but wonder why Neem seems so eager to point out that they and Blake aren't related by blood. Do we pry?
Yeah, why not?
Let's have a look. What could go wrong? Could you tell me about your family? Maybe about your adoption if you're comfortable? Neem smiles very gently at you and nods. Of course, I don't mind sharing a little. Our parents were already pretty old when they adopted me, and I was 9, I think, when they adopted Blake. I was too young to remember anything about my birth parents, but Blake was 5 when she was adopted. She remembers her birth parents, but she doesn't like to talk about them. We used to fight a lot as kids, but we loved each other regardless. Then when I was 14, I got sick and became bedridden. Our parents were a little too old to comfortably look after me, so Blake stood up and really helped out. She ended up doing a lot for our family as she got older. She gave up a lot to do it too. Neem trails off as they glance to their little sister, who is currently giving a stern look talking to a young couple with a lot of smudged lipstick on both of their faces. Sorry, I guess I don't want to talk about it after all. Could we move on? My mum... My mum has just peeked in through the door and went, "Oh, baby," and I turn around, I see Socks being cradled by Dave. Yeah, because otherwise he's sprawling out on my desk. It's happened 3 times now.
He must be contained.
No, Dave is baby. Suddenly, you can hear Blake calling out to you.
Ooh, sorry. Hey,
You're good.
hey, you guys done? Time to move on.
Almost instantly, Neem rotates in their seat and hops out of it. They take a step towards the bar, but then stop and turn back around to face you. I had a really nice time talking to you, Cosmo. I hope we can again soon. And just like that, they turn back to their sister, quickly heading over to her location again. Blake.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You need to choose another number.
Forgot!
Number 4. I wonder.
Pick a number, 4 or 4. Hell yeah, my turn! C squeezes past Blake with ease, despite them being rather well built in different ways. They wave the group goodbye as they walk over to your table, gaining different reactions from each of the remaining party. Blake chuckles, Neem waves back, and of course Salem rolls his eyes in a manner obvious enough you can see it from where you're sitting. C hops onto the seat across from you with an audible creak from the chair, before swinging their legs around to face you. They place their elbows on the table and put their head in their hands, looking up at you with a cheeky grin. Hey, hey, Cosmo! Down the list?
Yeah.
Alright, how did you make your costume? C sits up with a glimmer in their eye. Would you believe that I've been waiting for you to ask me that? I totally saw you staring at me earlier, like, what an awe-inspiring eye! It even blinks and looks so lifelike, but also as if it held an entire universe as its own. I wonder how they made it! Now that's how you dress up in costume. They went into so much detail that their skin paint sits flawlessly on the shaved side of their head, and is even visible as it fades quickly into their hairline, with soft brown hair flowing to one side. Even without the badass tattoo that creeps up their leg, it was easy to see their booming free spirit, confidence, and drive. Am I right or am I right?
love that so
copy
much.
and pasted that. It felt great. What the fuck? That's when C joins the club of shit-eating grin havers. It's definitely not the first you've seen tonight, and you sure as hell it's the last. How did you know that? Or that's not right at all.
Ooh, you pick.
How did you know that? C's head rocks back as they burst into laughter. So I was right? Was I completely spot on? You feel a blush creep on your cheeks as C completely calls you out. Lucy was right. They really are an all-seeing.
Oh.
It was a pun! Tell me about yourself. Oh, Sakamoto's having a cough. So this is the 3rd cat appearance.
It really is. Gone down the list.
Oh, is it time for proper introductions? C sits up straight, clearing her throat, just like Sakamoto. You right, Sakamoto? Sakamoto! He'll be okay. I aspire to have Sakamoto's main character moment. For real. Oh. Yeah, he's having his cough. Alright. C sits up straight, clearing her throat. Hi, Cosmo, I'm C. I'm a somewhat recent divorcee who used the money they got from it to pay for a bar, which, may I add, is now one of the most successful ones in my town. Nice brag, you love that for them. I'm probably like double your age from the looks of you, so I hope you don't mind hanging out with and chatting with an old fart like me. They slap your shoulder and it leaves a small stinging sensation, but it's definitely not the end of the world and you laugh it off. So that's me. Anything you want to ask? Don't hold back on me, okay? Ask about their divorce, ask about their bar, ask about their age.
Let's go to the divorce.
Yep. We'll just go down the list. Congratulations, C. I love that for you! If you don't mind, could you tell me some more about your divorce? Why? Are you interested? C rocks their head back, howling with laughter. It's almost endearing how much heart they put into their laughter. Without a care in the world as to who hears them. Amazing! They calm their laughter with an equally loud sigh, then slowly look back at you to answer. Sure, I don't mind. C takes a moment, wondering where to start. I was married for a little while. He was a Cyclops, just like me. They wink, you think. It was great for a while, but he was so obsessed with farming, I rarely saw him. And then, whenever we were together, he would just get more and more moody. It just built, and well... Last time I saw him, he was yelling about sheep, and started screaming in pain. I asked him who hurt him, and you know what he said? Nobody. And I think that was just my limit. I screamed at him, if nobody hurt you, be silent, and then I went home. I decided enough was enough and left him. They sigh. This is the lowest you've seen them so far. I probably should have known it wouldn't work out, you know? He never even introduced me to his parents.
I wonder.
Hi, Jay.
We know we gotta squeeze in the epic references.
Ask about the bar. Oh, my bar? I guess it's more of a pub back home. It's very British, I think, so you know, it stinks a lot. It was pretty run down when I bought it. Look, I can write that, it's fine. I couldn't afford a big clean place with the alimony I got, but I knew I had the strength to make it work. It can get a little cramped, especially with the amount of regulars we get, but they're a community, to be honest. Love them all to death. They sigh happily, like they miss it dearly. It's surprising to see them so calm and content, but it's lovely all the same. Salem gets well with half of them, and not so well with the other half. But he brings them booze, so they couldn't care less about what anyone thinks. They talk about their stinky little pub with unprecedented pride. It makes you want to actually see it for yourself someday, even if it does actually stink. You wonder if it's far from here. You wonder what C and Salem both look like out of costume, working joyfully there. Or not so, in Salem's case. So this is an option. I'm going to point this out because I'm quite proud of this. This is only a thing that appears if you speak to Salem before you speak to C.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Salem, eh? Is that your type? They wiggled an eyebrow, but then sigh, becoming more solemn for a moment. I don't know how much he told you, but I took him in a few years ago, gave him a place to sleep and work. Wasn't sure if it was a good idea at first, but he was just a kid who needed someone. I wasn't gonna let him face the world on his own like that. He doesn't tell others much more than that anyway. The rest is his to tell when he's ready. Yeah, just a little extra thing, because I love Salem. I'm very biased. Ask about their age. They chuckle softly. You little flirt. They laugh it off as a joke, almost too quickly to be real, but you don't pay it too much mind. I don't know, you stopped counting at 30, right? And it's been a good while since then. Adopted a cat. C got divorced and adopted a cat, man. I love that. C looks at her wrist as if there's a watch there. I should buy a watch. Anyways, I think we're at our time. Thanks for the chat, Cosmo. I really enjoyed it. C swings herself out of the chair without a care in the world, quickly heading back to the group. And she leaves you at the table by yourself. The quietness suddenly left you feeling so empty. What an interesting character. That's when you realize, wait, that's everyone. Congratulations, champ. You made it through an odd team building exercise. C waves you over again, calling you back to join them at the bar. They even kept your seat free for your return. As you walk over, you notice the bar is a lot quieter than when you first came in. You quietly thank your stars. It was busy at first, or else you may not have met such interesting characters this evening. Then you thank them again for making it a bit quieter now. The gang's all here. You hop back into your seat, rightfully yours from the beginning, and turn to face your new friends of the evening. So how are we all faring? Anyone fallen in love yet? I'm gonna have that one read. They boast with a hearty chuckle, which is, as usual, is only matched by Blake. Salem and Neem seem to have their social battery drained.
Hey, the night's still young. But on that note, my actual break started a while ago, and as much as I love it here, I'd rather not keep Neem and I both stuck here for the entirety of it.
Blake walks around to where Neem is sitting before helping them off at their seat.
It was nice to meet you, Cosmo. Hope to bump into you again later.
Yeah, it was really nice to meet you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. They both wave as they walk out together, their figures quickly fading into the crowd of people walking by. Salem lets out a sigh of relief as he starts collecting a few used glasses that started to pile up at the end of the bar. C even joins him, picking up a cloth and helping to help clean and dry them.
At least it's quieter now.
C slaps Salem on the back with a hearty thud. He chokes on air for a few seconds, trying to catch his breath, almost dropping the glass he was trying to clean. Ah, don't be such a spoil sport. We still have the rest of the night ahead of us. Salem mutters some curses under his breath, then looks at a group of customers now entering the bar.
And on that note, I'll be going to do my job. Unless C has some more team building exercises they want to do.
Salem looks back over to C with a shit-eating grin. You've definitely had enough of those tonight, but C just grins. Nope, just the one. Salem rolls his eyes and turns his head to look at you.
See you around.
See you around, Cosmo. Have a good one.
He heads off to the group of new customers, flicking his cloth over his shoulder as he approaches. Would. C turns their attention back. Stop. C turns their attention back to you as they idly clean the glass, much like Salem was when you first got here. Don't let me keep you, Cosmo. Having you around tonight has been a real riot, but you should go wonder some more. Besides, I don't know how much I can fake clean without Salem giving me sass, even if you are here. You nod, then swing your legs and push yourself from the seat. Farewell, friend. I was obsessed with the chair for some reason. You never got to see Salem and Blake talk out their differences. You wonder if it was necessary at all in the end. You wave to both C and Salem as you begin to walk out of the bar, and C wishes you well with a big grin on their face as you head back out into the crowds. Alright. I'm gonna take a quick break.
I was just about to say, I gotta pee.
Yeah, me too. Alright, so I think this is the first time you'll be able to see this actually. I'm gonna hide the chat thing, because that's not being used. But I have a BRB video that has like some random ass funny clips that I just piled together. So enjoy that, and we'll be back in a little bit. Alright.
See you soon.
Whee!
What's he getting? What's he getting? This is the big question. What's he getting?
That tastes like promotion!
No, it's 100% true. I always trust a redhead.
Oh,
oh my god, no! What's he gonna do?
He survived. What
survived,
the fuck?
he healed up, he's walking back like nothing happened. What a Chad. Haha, get fucked. Bye, Bernard! There he goes!
There he goes again!
Uh-oh.
Don't tell me. We're about to go over a huge water fountain.
Yep.
Sharp rocks at the bottom?
Most likely.
Bring it on.
I'm a big brave boy, doing big brave things! Fuck!
Where's the money, Lebowski? You want that money, Lebowski? Bunny says you're good for it. Where's the fucking money, shithead?
It's down there somewhere. Let me take another look.
Mom, I'm going to my room. Don't knock. I won't answer.
Oh my god.
Jahira.
Never really knew that you could dance like this.
Hey.
Blair. Make a druid want to speak Elvish.
Don't end your turn yet.
Oh, what?
I'm gonna see if I can do the thing I saw on a YouTube video. Down.
Saved. Let's see what you did there. It was a good idea.
Thank you. Oh, I can try it again!
Yes! Come on. Fly into the hole.
Yes!
Yes! Fucking yes! Let's fucking go!
It was empty. You fool.
What is he doing?
That was so stupid. Gonna make sure. Well, no one's there. Double check.
I could hear him go, huh? Every time he opened it.
He really did. I'm glad I wasn't the only one that saw that.
There was one in there as well.
There was one. For a while I was confused. Like, what? Ow.
Oh, you.
Oh, what the fuck?
The fuck?
They really said
That is a
surprise,
piss
bitch.
take. I can't believe it. Alright.
Oh, thanks for finally joining the fight, man.
What the?
What?
I'm over this.
The room was a psych. Weeble.
Yo. We're so back.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
Oh my days, okay. Let's do the test of courage. Speedrun it. Alright. You decide to check out the test of courage. After hearing about it from both Lucy and Elian, you were honestly really curious to see what the excitement was about. However, it did seem both had very different opinions regarding the event. It left you wondering just how good it actually was, if at all. You hoped... let's say we'll hope it's a little scary.
Just a little bit.
You enjoy horror moderately. You weren't the biggest fan of it, but you still liked watching the occasional horror movie or checking out spooky events from time to time. It would be pretty fun to see what this one would be like, and whether it was truly scary or not. Having come to your decision, you roll up your map and make your way towards the back of the estate grounds. Whoa! That didn't fade the way I wanted it to. It looked like the event was taking place in the forest, further in, much farther from where the other stands and the events were occurring. The pathway that leads around the clock tower, going deep into the small wooded area that surrounds the estate. Does that make sense? The pathway leads around the clock tower, going deep into the... Yeah, that makes sense. I think I just said it would. Gravel below your feet eventually fades to dirt. A wooden sign pointing you in the direction of the test of courage. Yeah. Makes sense. As you walk, multiple groups of people pass you by. Some loudly spoke in frustration of how they weren't scared in the slightest, while others were screaming their heads off as they ran past. Yeah, who made that background art though?
I wonder who.
Was it you?
We'll never know.
Oh, okay, damn. It left you feeling rather conflicted about how stark the contrast was between the reactions. Still, you continued on, eventually reaching where the event was taking place, and taking notice of a small group of people standing at the entrance. The first person was very familiar to you, being none other than Sirius, the man you met at the front of the gates earlier this evening. You didn't recognize the others in the group, though. One was extremely tall, looking to be around 6'9".
Damn tall.
His skin was tan, long, and messy black hair flowing freely on his head. He wore a simple red shirt that slightly pressed against his muscled biceps, a black jacket with brown fur over his shoulders. Around his neck was a crimson red choker, a small red gemstone dangling from it. His face was covered in 3 distinctive scars, one over his eye on his chin, and a third over his eye hidden by a black eye patch.
Just trust me, bro.
Trust me. The eye that was visible shone a yellow hue, looking as if it were made of lightning itself. The most noticeable thing about him, however, were the strange ears protruding from the top of his head. They reminded you of canine ears, being far too large compared to feline ones. With a guess, you could assume they were meant to resemble a wolf ears, but you weren't entirely sure. Maybe his costume was supposed to be a werewolf. Either that, or he was a furry. He even had a matching tail that you could see dangling from his butt. It looked so fluffy and soft, you were almost tempted to pet it. The other person with him could truly be a goddess. Someone who doesn't need to prove herself to anyone, who knows that she's good enough. With horns that lace around her light blonde locks like a crown that light blonde locks like a crown only opens up to an actual circlet. It creates the perfect loop around her head, as if designed exactly for her in tribute. The silver circlet matches her soft eyes, contrasted beautifully by a light layer of dark-coloured makeup. Her umber skin is protected by a sheen light pink cloak and a floor-length black dress, with sleeves that loosely embrace her upper arms. As you approach the small group, Sirius seems to take notice of you, glancing your way and smiling.
Hey, Cosmo.
Yay!
Fancy seeing you here. You couldn't get enough of me.
He questioned playfully, a shit-eating grin on his face. Ah, we're back at it. Straight away.
There's so many.
You couldn't help but roll your eyes at his comment, your cheeks heating up just a tad. Sometimes you really wanted to punch him, but he was cute, so you'll let it slide.
Hey, let me introduce you to some people.
He spoke, motioning you to come closer.
This is Ulrich and Kiss. Kiss is our fortune teller of the estate, and Ulrich is one of our guests. Ulrich, Kiss, this here is Cosmo. Yeah, they're new to the festival. They're new to the festival, so they're checking everything out for the first time.
Okay, well that's the bug with the pronoun thing. That's on me.
Okay.
I see. Well, I hope you are enjoying yourself then, Dove.
Do you mind voicing Ulrich? Because I kind of want to voice Kiss.
Yeah, that's alright. I used to visit this festival for years when I was a kid. The staff here are always around if you need any help. Or, if no staff are nearby and someone's giving you trouble, just mention that you know the Wrath Fenrir, and they'll leave you alone.
Ulrich laughed at this, a smirk plastered on his lips and showcasing some very sharp canines.
A pleasure. I'm Kiss.
And like Sirius said, I run the fortune-telling booth. If you're ever curious to see what the future holds, be sure to stop by and come see me. However, I have a feeling that I'm in your future, Cosmo. They playfully winked your way, giggling with a grin. You could feel your face burning from the comments, needing to clear your throat to stay focused. I'm so good at this. Should we go down the list for these ones, just because it's all of them?
Yeah, why not?
Alright, so why are you here, Sirius?
Me? Oh, I'm just here to check in on my employees. Mainly the one in charge of the easy route of the test. She's a sweetheart, really, but terrible at her job. Apparently, a lot of people have been complaining that her path isn't scary in the least, and at some point, someone scared her to the point of tears. So I'm trying to first check that she's okay, as well as see what I can do to help her improve on things. Wow, that's so nice of you to do.
That's a pretty nice thing to do. Sirius gives a sheepish smile, his hands combing through his hair.
Well, I tend to keep an eye on my staff. Without their help, this place wouldn't be able to run on it. I want to ensure that they have the support they need, regardless of their performances. While I did hire so many of them, others volunteered of their own volition. If not for those volunteers, the festival wouldn't be as wonderful as it is tonight. Wow, that's so nice.
Ah, so nice. Double down.
Oh my god.
Not a lot of people would worry about their employees like that. I really like that you care so much for their well-being. Not many would be concerned to that extent. This reply caught Sirius completely off guard, his gaze remaining on you entirely as he tried to process your words. As his pale cheeks noticeably turned red, he glances away from your stare, a hand on his face.
Well, I'm glad you think so. It's nice to know someone else agrees with my choices.
What brings you here, Ulrich?
That's a pretty interesting question to ask, Dove.
He spoke with a chuckle, one of his ears noticeably flicking for a moment.
I used to participate in this event all the time when I was younger. I come here with my siblings, and we would all take turns. We would all take the test as a group. It's been a few years since I last had the chance to visit, so I wanted to see what Sirius here set up this year. Especially since I kept hearing about the hardest path is supposed to be extremely terrifying. So naturally, I have to see for myself if it is really as scary as people say it is. You pick.
You're really just here for that? Ulrich nods his head, his hands being stuffed into the pockets of his jacket.
I have a lot of great memories of this event. Ones filled with better days and brighter times. Even though my siblings aren't here to take the test with me like we used to as kids, it's still fun to come back and see what's changed, you know? Besides, I mean, I can have a lot of stories to tell. It means I can have a lot of stories to tell my younger sister, Rowena. She'll become envious if I don't tell her about my adventures here.
Yeah, I totally understand what you mean. My family means the entire world to me. They have helped me through a lot in the past few years. I'd honestly do the same thing you're doing now. Your sister and siblings sound extremely lucky to have you as a brother. Ulrich was silent as he spoke, his tail slowly and noticeably beginning to wag behind him. His cheeks grew a red hue, but he just grinned back at you.
Ain't nothing more important than family.
I heard you didn't do so.
I forgot.
Nah, I'm not the one that's lucky.
Because we wrote the voice lines that we wanted them to do with like a basic understanding of how we wanted this to go, but we hadn't written it properly. So we were just like, let's just make him say ain't nothing more important than family, and we'll... Oh, fuck. Did you read the line? I completely zoned out laughing.
Yeah, I read it.
Okay.
My siblings mean everything to me. Maybe one day we'll be able to attend the festival together as a family again. As a family. Until then, I'm going to... More important than family. Until then, I'm going to enjoy it to my heart's content.
Are you taking a break, Kiss?
Honestly, yeah. So...
Oh.
Honestly, yeah.
Go back, go back.
I said, fuck it.
Ah, nice. I heard this event was supposed to be absolutely frightening, so I said fuck it and decided I'd come here to check it out before I have to get back to work. Personally, I don't think it's actually going to be as scary as people have been saying it is.
I've seen so much worse.
I've seen so much worse where I come from, but it wouldn't hurt to give it a look. Either way, at least it'll be a great way to spend my break. Where do you come from then? Oh, nowhere anyone would know of. It's a very remote place. Kiss waves her hand casually, seemingly trying to shrug off your question. Press further. Try me. Kiss chews her cheek. She didn't seem to like that, but she decides to grace you with at least half an answer.
Let's just say it's really hot there.
Trust me, you wouldn't know it, but let's say it's a pretty hot place. Let's leave it there.
Well now!
Well now. The test of courage should be open for us, so to start going inside. As you can see, there are 2 different routes to go down.
Sirius began to explain, catching everyone's attention.
The first path is the easiest one, which doesn't have as many scares. That one is for those who want to experience a more fun and lighthearted scary experience. However, if you are feeling brave, you can go down the other pathway. That route is for those who are either courageous or reckless. But if you are faint-hearted, this is not the one for you. You can either go down either path alone, or you are welcome to travel in pairs one at a time. The choice is completely up to you guys.
Think you can handle this?
Well, if Dove decides they want to go down the hardest route, I wouldn't mind letting them tag along if they felt scared.
Ulrich flashed you a slight smirk, making you feel flustered. Same here. They're more than welcome to come with me if they feel like they need company. I know I would love to have them with me. Kiss flirts, winking at you playfully.
You're also welcome to join me down the easiest path, Cosmo. I know it won't be as frightening as the other, but sometimes having some company is nice, even if you're only a bit scared.
Sirius spoke softly, a gentle smile on his face as he looked at you. It seems like you have quite a lot of choices, But now you have to decide what you want to do. As you think carefully about the two paths that you, in the end, choose to go down the... Warning, for this demo, you will only have one path. The other choices will be available after the demo. Easy path, and it's also solo, sorry. I think I want to go alone down the easy path. I'm pretty skittish, but not enough to where I feel like I need company. Thank you, though.
No, not a problem at all. You go right on ahead, and I'll enter sometime after you are further along. Have fun! Oh, and if you see Samara, tell her I'll be on my way to visit soon.
With a wave goodbye to the others, you head down the dirt pathway leading deeper into the forest. Following the trail, you take note of the darkened trees that surround you from both sides. Their leaves shiver ominously in the breeze, rustling the air around you. Dim lights were strung from the branches above, lighting your path as you go. This is most likely to keep visitors from getting lost or leaving the intended area. Various jack-o'-lanterns decorated the sides of the trail, adding additional lighting to the scenery. Beneath the orange glow of their hidden candles illuminated the dirt beneath your feet, their flames flickering every now and then. In all honesty, you weren't feeling that scared thus far. Despite a bit of tension, this was actually a very pleasant walk. As you move deeper and deeper through the forest, you begin to notice actual Halloween decorations around the area. Plastic skeletons were strung up and pinned to the trees with nails, cobwebs all over their bones. Fake corpses hung from branches, ropes tied to their necks as they swayed slightly in place. Every now and then, you could hear a rustle in the nearby bushes, yet never saw anything emerge. You jolt slightly as you hear distant screaming from somewhere in the forest, unsure if it was real or not. Starting to feel a bit uneasy, you try your best to calm your breathing. Eventually, you notice a small figure up ahead. They are on the shorter side, looking to be around 4'9" in height. Shorter side? Small! They wore a simple black dress, a veil noticeably covering their eyes from view. Their long hair was turquoise in hue, yet looked nothing like how hair was supposed to look. If anything, it looked to be made of snakes. Turquoise snakes that gently hissed and slithered around their body. On their outstretched arm stood a beautiful owl with brown feathers and stunning green eyes. Yellow eyes! Don't know how I read that wrong. The creature was real, chirping and cooing as the figure gently petted it with their other hand, unafraid of the snakes. The owl paused as it turned to look in your direction, its gaze burrowing into your soul. The figure paused for a moment, turning to look at your direction as well.
Who wants to take this? Do you want me to?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Alright. Oh, hello there. I'm so sorry. I didn't see you. Are you one of the guests?
Sorry, drink. A soft female voice escaped from the figure, a gentle smile on her lips as she waited for your reply. What's it to ya? We'll just do yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I startle you? I know that happens a lot with me. I'm not one of the staff members, don't worry. Just a guest passing through.
The woman places her free hand on her heart, her head tilting slightly. You could see the snakes moving to look at you, almost as if they were real. She certainly had one elaborate costume.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Halexia. And this here is a new friend I've made. Isn't he beautiful? He just flew right over and appears very happy with keeping me company. Such gorgeous creatures ours. They're known to be symbols of wisdom, knowledge, good luck, and fortune.
She smiled so sweetly as she pet the creature again, its head leaning into her fingers.
Many people believe that also guardians sent to protect us from harm. I'm certain that this is what this little guy is here for, to keep guests safe. At the same time, some say they warn us of misfortune to come.
Helixia paused for a moment, a light laugh escaping her.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I tend to get a little lost in my own thoughts and ramble to myself. Same bestie. Might I ask for your name?
My name is Cosmo. Hi.
I see. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Cosmo.
She smiled sweetly, a small giggle escaping from her. She certainly seemed like a very nice woman. Sure, a bit scary at first, but that might just be because of the ambience of this area. You decide to... Should we continue on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting late for you.
Yeah.
We'll continue on. If you want to talk to Helixia, though, download link in description. You can play the demo for yourself. And if you do play it, even if you don't like it, we would really appreciate you dropping a comment on what you thought of it and give it a rating. So we can, fix it up and polish it as we go forward. Anyway, continuing on. You believe you had already chatted enough, and should probably continue forward. You decide to... We'll be nice, we'll ask her to join us.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to keep heading further in. Do you want to join me? Helixia smiled and shook her head.
That's very kind of you, but I think I'm going to stay here for a bit longer, if you don't mind. Though, if you see Samaria, please don't tell her I'm here, unless you see her feeling really anxious. I'd really like to surprise her, but I have a feeling she's going to be very stressed about this job. Do have fun though. It was nice meeting you, Cosmo.
You wave goodbye to Helixia and her little owl friend, smiling to yourself as you continue forward on the dirt road. With every step you take, you go deeper into the forest, and by now, you were pretty sure the path was turning back towards the entranceway of the test. So far, you haven't really been that scared. The scariest thing was the entire time was probably Helixia, albeit unintended on her part. Just as you think you are going to finally get through this test without being scared at all, you hear a rustle in some of the nearby bushes. Your body freezes in place, goosebumps slowly rising on your skin. With your heart racing in your chest, a chill runs through your limbs. It was far different from the normal breeze you had felt thus far tonight. It felt ice cold, as if winter had suddenly come very early. Yet at the same time, the cold felt unnatural. A thick smoke or fog slowly surrounds the area, obscuring your vision. The rustling around you begins to grow, coming from all sides. No matter how much you turned, you didn't know where it was really coming from. With your heart beating faster and faster, you started to hear a female voice echoing in the fog.
I'm here. I'm here. Where are you? Don't you want to play?
You feel scared. Really scared. This was much scarier than you thought it would be, especially given how the path had started out. With a feeling that you were being watched, you try to follow what little light you could barely make out. The rustling grows louder. Oh my god, that scared me. The rustling grows louder, the female voice slowly raising in volume as it gets closer. Where do you think you're going? Don't leave me. I won't let you leave. Her piercing shrieks fill the air, hurting your ears. Your palms cup over them, trying to calm yourself as a sense of fear fills your body. Her screaming was so loud, overpowering your own heartbeat tenfold. The world around you seemed to freeze in time, the screaming finally coming to a stop. You feel a cold hand place itself on your shoulder. As you slowly turn your head, a woman with long white hair over her face is right behind you.
I found you.
I'm fine. You scream or punch her?
Punch her.
Discuss.
I forgot that was an option. If you want to punch her, download the game in the description below.
Yeah, I can't do it to her. We're gonna scream.
Yeah.
You scream loudly out of fear, startling the woman completely.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
She backed away from you completely, tears filling her eyes as the fog around you completely fades from view. She ended up tripping on a root, falling to the ground. Well, now you feel terrible for having done that. You didn't mean to make her cry. She had really caught you off guard, so you had done the first thing that came to mind. I'm so sorry. Please, don't cry. Here, let me help you up. You offer your hand to the woman, who looks up at you with large tears falling down her face. She sniffles for a moment before taking your hand and slowly standing to her feet. Do you mind because I'm doing narration, so...
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Now that her hair wasn't in her face and your vision wasn't obscured, you could finally get a good look at her. She stood around 5'3", and by the looks of it, her skin a pale blue hue. She was dressed all in white, giving her a ghostly appearance. Her long hair was as white as bone, reaching down a bit past her butt. Her eyes were grey, with the sclera around them as black as night.
I'm sorry for scaring
I'm so
you
sorry.
much.
It's okay, she voiced that one. Should we replay it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry for scaring you so much.
I'm just trying to do my job, but I guess I got carried away. Oh, I feel terrible.
Terrible.
Oh?
You're alright, don't worry about it.
I feel terrible.
Are you Samara?
Huh? Yes I am. How do you know my name?
She questions, a nervous yet curious look reflected in her eyes.
Might as well do Sirius.
Sirius said you were one of his employees. He told me you ran the easy path for the test of courage.
You know Sirius? Oh no. Am I in trouble? Is he gonna fire me? I thought I did better this time.
That didn't go how you hoped? No, he isn't gonna fire you. He heard you were having a difficult time and was actually planning to make sure you were okay.
Oh. Oh, that's really sweet of him.
Samara seems to calm down from this, an anxious smile forming on her lips.
He's a really nice guy.
There's so many just a guys in this game.
They really are. So, I thought he'd be a lot more terrifying. But he's been really kind thus far.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Samara. My name's Cosmo.
Cosmo.
She repeated your name aloud as if memorizing it into her brain. With a cute smile, she nodded her head.
I see. That's a really nice name. It's nice to meet you then, Cosmo.
So far, she seemed like a really nice person. You already learned earlier that she struggled with anxiety, so apparently half the bloody cast does, so that would explain why she was jumpy right now. But it might not hurt to talk to her for a bit. Or you could just continue on your way and finish the path. You decide to. I wonder.
Oh, I get a
what
choice.
should we do? It's fine. I think I just did
okay.
it because of that. We can do a couple, I think.
Yeah, we'll do a couple.
Flirt with her. How about the first two?
Yeah, right.
Sure. Why are you working here?
Huh?
Samara was taken aback by your question, her lips curling into a frown.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's just you don't seem to be enjoying this job. You second-guessed scaring me and felt guilty about it. It seems like you aren't too confident in this position.
Oh.
She released a sigh, rubbing her right arm slightly.
Is it that obvious, huh? Admittedly, I'm really not confident about my scaring skills. My father and older brother regretted it, but I'm not. I thought I could get more practice by helping here at the festival, but I keep feeling guilty whenever I make people upset.
I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that. Your costume's so neat. I really like it. What are you dressed up as?
My costume?
The woman paused for a moment before giving a nervous smile.
Oh, thank you. I worked really hard on it for a long time. I'm supposed to be a banshee. Well, you're a really pretty banshee.
You're a heckin' pretty one.
You're ugly.
This reaction really surprised Samara, her eyes going wide as her cheeks slowly grew in color.
You think I'm pretty?
You're very pretty. The woman puts her hands onto her chest, her lips curling into a nervous yet very happy smile.
Thank you. I've never been called that before. That's really sweet of you to say. I think you're really good looking too. Oh.
Alright, let's leave it there. If you want to flirt with Samara.
Download the link below.
It would probably be best to keep going now. However, before you do, you decide to.
Hi, girl.
Well, hey, if you want, you can join me for walking the rest of the way down this path. It would be nice to have company after I, denied everyone else's offer.
You want me to join you?
Samara parroted your words, her eyes widening just a bit. It didn't take long for a smile to form on her lips, her head nodding.
Yeah, I can do that. Thank you, Cosmo.
As the two of you head down the path, you both talk about your interests and hobbies. You learn Samara really enjoys nightcore music, playing mazes and monsters, and loved writing stories.
Hell yeah.
When you asked her about a few of her characters, she would talk excitedly with a huge smile on her face. Her enthusiasm was infectious, causing you to smile as well. Eventually, you reach the end of the road, leading right back into the festival.
Thank you for letting me walk with you. It really made my night.
The white-haired woman gave a gentle grin, her eyes completely on you. She glanced back towards the forest, then to you once more.
Well, I should get back to work. But maybe I can see you again sometime tonight. I had a lot of fun.
Samara smiles nervously, a glint of hope in her eyes. Goodbye forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be up for that. I had a lot of fun too.
Really?
She beamed in excitement, a giant smile forming on her lips.
Great. Then, I'll see you later. Bye.
Meow. Bye, Samara.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You wave goodbye as she heads back into the forest. A part of you feels accomplished. You helped make someone's night a bit better than it had been before, and in doing so, you created a new friend. With a newfound confidence, you finally turn towards the festival and continue your adventure. As the night drags on, you cannot help but feel happy with how everything has gone. A few hours ago, you had been so concerned and anxious over not being with your friends. However, because you took that leap and remained, you ended up meeting so many interesting people here. You had a lot of fun, ready to leave with the new memories you had created. While heading towards the entrance of the estate, you can't help but think about some of those you met tonight. The one that came to mind the most was... I think you just get one choice here.
Should
we just say Sirius?
All the dice.
No, because there's
why
like
not?
a whole cast list, right? You remember you can do someone else?
Yeah.
Let's just go Sirius.
Yeah.
A smile forms upon your lips, your heart racing just from thinking of Sirius. Tonight ended up being way better than you had expected it. It was actually pretty sad that you had to head home. If things went your way, you'd want this night to never end. With a dejected sigh, you continue towards the entrance of the estate. I might see if I can put my PC through it for a second and quickly render the credits, but we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
I probably should have done this during the break.
We will.
But we will. Just give me 1 sec.
Alright.
Samara is very cute. I really like her.
She is.
Yeah. She's not one of mine. But she will be.
She will be mine.
If I do this, and then that, and then this, and then render, and then cry.
This, and this, and that, and then...
Bada bing.
Bobby's been to...
What? Sorry, huh? Yeah, it's trying. Alright, we'll see if it works. As you reach the front of the Proud Clock Tower, a loud meow barks through your thoughts. Breaks through your thoughts.
A meow bark.
Shut! Turning your head, you take notice of a black cat with bright green eyes staring at you. It was sitting by the tower's open door. That was weird. Why was the door open? And where were all the keep out tape you remember seeing? You glanced around the area, noticing how no one else was nearby. There was no sign of any staff members, nor any other guests. They must all be so focused with the festival that no one was here to keep watch. Your gaze focuses on the cat once more, your eyes meeting its own. Their hue was reminiscent of the glow emitting from within the tower. Its dilated pupils stare deep into your soul as its black tail slowly sways behind it. The feline blinks at last, cutting your staring contest short. You are the winner. It moves towards the open door, turning its head to look back up at you. Was it trying to tell you to follow it? Before you could even really think about it, the cat rushed past the door and into the clock tower. Wait, hold on. I don't think you're supposed to go in there. Despite your attempts to call out, you have a pretty good feeling it wasn't going to listen to you. Cats never listen to anyone. Now you are left with a choice. You could follow the cat, feeding that desire you have to see what's hidden inside. Or you could close the door and go home, just as you'd planned, ignoring this altogether. You decide. Follow the cat. Well, you did want this night to continue a bit longer. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to follow it and see what it wanted to show you. You could just check it out really quickly. A small peek wouldn't be found out. Coming to the decision, you follow the cat into the massive clock tower, closing the door behind you. The inside was bare, only having stone steps spiraling upwards to the top. The cat stares at you from one of the steps, tail flicking behind it. It turns on its heels, leaping ahead a few steps at a time. Hey, wait up! You follow after the cat carefully. You'd rather not trip and fall down the steps. Your hand trailed up the railing of the stairs, your footsteps echoing behind you. Various flame-lit lights, there we go, were secured to the wall, dimly lighting the stone beneath. Each step leading you closer and closer to the ominous green glow. After a few minutes, you finally make it to the top of the clock tower. Taking a moment to catch your breath, you gaze at the brilliant clockwork above. The golden gears ticked away with every passing second, working together effortlessly. However, one thing stood out completely from even that. In the center of the room stood an odd-looking mirror. It was large, having a black trim with a bat design atop of it. A noticeable floating green gem hovered above it, illuminating the entire room. How it was floating that way, you had no idea. Still, you felt entranced and curious by the sight of the mirror before you. Without even thinking, your feet began to move on their own towards the mirror. It was as if you were in a trance, unable to control your body any longer. It only took a few steps forward to stand before the mirror, staring at your own reflection within. The world around you was nearly silent, only the sound of the ticking clock ringing in your ears. As you stared into the mirror, you saw moving shapes from within it. It almost felt like the mirror was reflecting more than just you, but how could that even be possible? Instinctively, you reached your hand out towards the glass, time slowing down around you. You couldn't stop yourself even if you wanted to. As your hand pressed against the glass of the mirror, the clock behind it chimed midnight at long last. A loud, resounding ring filled the air around you, hurting your eardrums to the core. The mirror cracks where your palm had been placed, causing you to recoil backwards. Each crack grew as the bell tolled above. As the final toll filled the air, the glass shattered completely, spreading everywhere. A shard flew past you, cutting your left cheek. A sharp pain was felt on your face, warm blood trickling down your chin from the new wound. The green crystal's glow ceased. The floating green crystal glow ceased, falling from where it was before onto the ground below. Silence filled the air once more, leaving you shocked and panicked. What in the world just happened? Why did the mirror break from you touching it? None of this made any sense. How did this happen?
What have you done?
A familiar voice spoke behind you. Your head turns around, seeing none other than a horrified Sirius. His eyes were wide, completely on the shattered mirror. As his gaze turns to you, his voice raises and fills the air.
What the hell have you done?
I thought that had a voicing, but we bore.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Apparently.
remind me to fix that. To be continued. Yay! Thank you for playing the demo. Yay! Yeah, we'd like to take the time to thank our entire staff, friends, and families for helping to support this project. We couldn't have done this without any of you. We spent an entire month working hard to put this together. Without the efforts of everyone involved, this project would not have come to completion. So we thank you for everything you have done to help make the stream come reality. And we'd like to thank you, Cosmo, for checking out our game. There is far more waiting in store for you at the Eternus Estate. Your adventures have only just begun, and we greatly hope to see you when the full game is eventually released. Thank you once more, and happy Halloween! Okay, I have the credits thing ready.
Nice.
If OBS wants to work with me, I just need to drop it in there. Okay, let's... Did we want to show the 10-minute video thing?
Yeah, I'm keen to watch it.
You're keen to watch it as well? Should we do that or the credits first?
It's probably do the credits first.
Yeah. Let's see, that can go there, and it should work as intended. Haha, also we thought. Alright. Let me change. How would be the best to show you this? You know what? Give me another minute.
Alright.
It's got the wrong music, but that's fine. I'm so good at what I do, man. Alright. Transition. Hell yeah. And then... change windows. You see this?
Ooh. Yep.
Alright, and then I need to change one more thing. Also, I thought, where the heck? Oh, there it is. Alright. I think I've got this to work. Work.
Nice.
Please work, my god. Alright, I'm gonna close the game as well now. There we go. Oh no! Let me hide the... There we go. Okay. And then
Yay!
I also want to play the right music. Because it's got singing, and we love singing.
Oh, yeah.
I opened the wrong game file. I may be stupid.
No, you're good.
I'm going through it right now, man. Where is that? What do you... this one?
I find you unnatural. You're simply unknown. In autumn we met so long ago. Look at us now, well, who could have known? Hands cold as snow, hearts beating slow. Yet I can't sleep unless you're beside me. Autumn seems to go by so slowly. Peek in my hallowed heart, find me waiting right there for you. My bones are tired, hold me close. The darkness seems to come in tow. Come back to the life that you chose. The good times are sure to follow. Hands cold as snow, hearts beating slow. Yet I can't sleep unless you're beside me. Autumn seems to go by so slowly. Peek in my hallowed heart, find me waiting right there for you. Yet I can't sleep unless you're beside me. Autumn seems to go by so slowly. Peek in my hallowed heart, find me waiting right there for you.
Anyway.
Yay!
Again? Really? Oh my god. I started it and then my cat started fighting on my bed. I was like, what do I do? What do I do?
The perfect timing, obviously.
Okay. Are you ready for the funny?
Yeah.
So yeah, this video is called 10
It's a
minutes of
reward.
Hallow Heart Stabs losing they shit. .mp4. God. Oh, fuck, it's in Australian.
God damn.
I don't know how to respond
And then
to
it
that
just
in
goes,
Australia.
oh, you cunts.
Oi there, you fucking cunts.
Felt that, to be honest, in my soul.
I'm sorry, I'm really tired.
No, I'm serious.
No, you blurred.
Fuck off!
Alright, you were all stop being funny.
Right, I better head out then, because it's not possible. See? I can't help it!
Wait, then who's funny? I thought it was Blair here.
Because if it isn't, then I'm like, okay, why is great pain?
You don't know what I've gone through!
No, my god, please.
This breakdown was not sponsored by Epic the Musical.
Me, I'm in great pain. I'm trying not to die. Meanwhile, Blair.
All I hear are screams.
Blair!
You don't know what I've gone through.
Yes!
You don't know what I've sacrificed.
Oh my god, I'm gonna leave.
Do I open the other monster? You know what? I don't think I need more energy right now.
You do not.
What if I'm the monster?
Will of the gods.
You're gonna drive me crazy.
Crazy?
Kyle's crazy ones.
We might be the monster.
I left just to scream.
All I hear are screams. Like.
Yeah. Same here.
Also, America Fanta scares me. I'm gonna skip this one because this is just unnecessary. It is.
Oh. Oh. If you're getting the same images, it's
not like it.
I'm sorry, your Fanta looks like freaking orange
Piss.
juice. No.
It's good shit. It's literally my autism drink. My juice.
Okay.
Cries to his dad. Wait. Cries to his dad.
Okay.
Dude's 3,000 years old, gets stabbed in the eye.
Cries to his dad.
I mean,
so
yeah,
sweet
a month
deprived.
is pretty short.
That was that's
forgot how
I'm
funny we are.
dumbfounded you got this far. No offense.
Fuck you. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for our first and last visual novel jam.
That's not true. You said what?
I
What
know
is
I
it?
tend to run my mouth, but I didn't mean nothing by it. You get the feeling she didn't mean anything malicious. Oh,
I'm tired. Leave me alone.
I thought to myself, maybe she wasn't being malicious. Hey, were you being malicious? I didn't think you were.
She just berates you the whole time.
My kind of game.
Some guys are into that for fuck's
Kiss, kiss, fall in love. Fucking love when guys have laughs like that.
Hey.
Baby, you're my love.
I think I was already on 36 hours being awake at this point.
Guys,
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
you never seem to leave me though. I need it. That's me when I think about Alien.
Oh my god, you can hear Dave snoring.
Who said that? What? Who said that? Who fucking said that?
Report doomed, detected, and caught.
Are burning. Please.
Whoa.
Tell me more about what you love about me. My ears are burning. Please, tell me more about what you love about me.
No, I don't think I will! Hello?
My ears are burning. Please, tell me more about what you love about me.
So are mine, but I'm not doing that.
Satoru. The way in which you talk to me.
Sick of it.
Happy
wishing you were gone.
He did 7
What have
of
you
these.
done?
He did
Oh
7.
my god.
What have you done?
Okay, so far I really liked the first one.
What have you done? What have you done?
What have you done?
No, I like the first one. The first one I feel like was really.
Oh, there's 8? Wait.
What?
There's 13.
I don't know. Is he gonna try to steal a real kiss?
Ooh,
You know.
ooh, intriguing.
What the fuck?
It speaks to that duality
What
I
was
think
that?
you've woven through the whole game so far.
Wow.
This like light and dark through the whole.
It's here for the playful energy.
Right? Is this just like him having a laugh?
Yeah.
Or is this like, I don't know, is he gonna try to steal a real kiss?
Ooh,
You know.
ooh, intriguing.
It speaks to that.
Fresh meat in the festival. Welcome, dear.
Oh. It's fine. It was such a normal reaction. I
This is
promise. I'm
fun.
I'm a normal person. I'm a normal person.
Can his
I
background
cannot.
music be?
I will not apologize, and I cannot apologize for for the person I will become when this demo gets released, and his voice lines are right there for me to listen to over and over and over and over and over and over and over,
Hey,
over again.
I'm doing my best.
Oh, Jay.
Oh! I want him so bad! It's fine. It's fine.
What a
More of an
man.
Astarian girly myself. Who's surprised, though?
Wow, an Astarian girly who's fallen for the fucking Astarian clone in this game. Didn't see that one coming.
Listen! I remember seeing you say that in the notes, and I said, yeah, right. And I looked at him and I went, "Ah! Ah!" Like I was stabbed in the gut. You teach me. I'll never doubt you again, Blair. I'll never do it. I'll never ever
Fully
do it
against
again.
yeah, you're right, Mia. Chef's kiss.
It was like hook,
It was just
line,
like
and
one
sinker.
that's
It was like bringing a mouse to cheese, really. You fucking assholes! What the fuck? What's wrong with you fuckers?
Showed Che a
Allergic
very
to
sad
happiness.
animatic of Gale.
All of you!
Yeah.
And what if I blew up too?
And now I did need to provide context.
What would you do then? God, you guys and Jujutsu Kaisen fans, you're all the same.
You for real?
You're all the same. Allergic to happiness, you're all the same.
That is it.
The last 24 hours, they were rough.
It was really difficult. Oh my god. I swear I have like something else, but I can't remember what it is.
Oh no.
It's fine. Anyway.
Anyways.
Anyways, I've got should we wrap this up so you can go to sleep?
I gotta go to bed.
Yeah. Alright, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this walkthrough of game Hallow Hearts.
Thanks for coming along.
Yeah, the credits were in the video before the last one, so if you have any questions about the wonderful team, and by the way, if any of the wonderful team are here, thank you so much. We really love and appreciate
Absolutely.
you. You are a baller, 10 out of 10. I can't wait to continue this project with you.
Heck yeah.
Even if I am still recovering from it.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, thank you again, everyone. If you could please leave a review of the game, link is below. Try it out for yourself. Let us know what you think. Doesn't have to be good. If you don't like it, tell us. Like, we wanna make this. We wanna make it good for everyone, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But on that note, I leave you and Jess can sleep. Good night, Jess. Good night, chat.
All right.
Have a
Have
good
a good one, everyone.
Bye.